Yo, welcome back to another episode of Glinting Things. Pull up a chair. It's a total sausage fest. Sausage fest up in here. We want to first hold on. We want to say first, hello, Slater. What's up, my man? It's good to see you. KDL, suck it. Did we change the font?
What the hell's wrong with the font?
Yeah, what's going on here, dog? It's like Gothic. I'm not mad at it, but it's definitely different. But KDL, we were like 30 seconds late, not 3 minutes. Megan, yeah, you too. Welcome. Your mom, hello. And yes, the one, the only, Mr. Pat Lange. Is
it Lange or Lang?
It's Lange.
Lange?
Pat Lange.
They've been calling me Lang my whole life. I just say here. Here.
What up, dog? It is good to have you back. Pat is back in the house. Already the love is rolling in. Hi, Mom. Hi, Jody. Oh, hell no. I don't have anything to do with Pat. Bye-bye. Just Jody, stick around. You might like him. He tends to grow on people, you know? Patty Lange. Pat. Yes. Megs is excited. Olivia, what's up, girl? It's a YouTube thing. Sucks. It looks like. Did you fix it, Joe?
Yeah, I changed it back.
How? Like, was it?
Just the style.
Oh,
you can change different fonts.
Did the girls change it the other day? Colleen.
No, I noticed it when you pulled up the comments.
That was weird. But anyways, hello audience, hello Pat, welcome back. Next order of business, Vindicate. Go get your merch. It's actually probably on the other side, but I'm going to point right here. Go get your merch. Best stuff in the game. Dylan, is that the Vindicate one or is that the RX?
No, it's Vindicate.
So Vindicate CEO shirts, Vindicate everything shirts and joggers and everything. So just go get your Vindicate. Paper Street Coffee. Love them. Gotta love Gabe. Gabe makes the best coffee in the biz. Go support him. Are they still doing the sale? Does anyone know?
Let's check.
They were doing a sale like some crazy. I feel like Gabe just doesn't do normal sales. It's not like 10% off. It's like half off. It's
buy one and get half the store off.
Yeah, exactly. It's some crazy ass sale. But at any rate, go get some coffee. It is legit the best in the biz. Gabe is the man. And then Primal Mobility. I've been slacking on my Primal Mobility, and I'm starting to feel it. So I got to get back in the game. But if you're hurting and you don't want to hurt anymore, that's as simple as I can make it. Go get signed up. GTP27. Get your Primal Mobility on. Cool community of people doing cool shit. Megs says, I'm sure there is a World Cup sale. Yeah,
there was something like autocorrect.
Yeah, something. Last week we took some topics, we had some fun with them, gave our takes, hot takes or otherwise, and I thought it was a good time. I thought we all had a good time. I hope you guys enjoyed it. We're gonna kind of keep that going this week. What do we got? Gabe, what's up, brother? Gabe with the music, not to be confused with the Paper Street Gabe. I saw the title said Sausagefest.
Gabe with the mic.
I immediately walked out of my important meeting to join. Welcome, Gabe with the mic. Yes, awesome. It's a total sausage fest. Sausage. Oh, I can't. Is it hard to say that? Or is it just me?
It's
sausage?
just you.
Yes.
Sound like you have sausage in your mouth.
Holy crap! Look at guys. Speaking of sausage fest. Dick Butter, a lot of dongs in here. What's up, dude?
Hey, Gabe, Darian Weeks got the coffee and merch. Also, Travis. He loves it. Very appreciative and loves the coffee, loves the shirts, the mug.
Oh, nice. Yeah, Darian, for those that don't know what he's talking about, we did a UFC 250 preview show a couple weeks back, and Darian, our friend Darian Weeks, so we're going to have on again soon. Dylan was kind enough to toss him a whole bunch of stuff, and it was awesome. It was
Gabe and Travis.
Yeah. Gabe and Travis tossed him a whole bunch of cool stuff.
And Jeremy, the 250 card was supposed to suck, but it was unbelievable, right?
Dude, it was so good. Well, so it was that when you think White House card, UFC 250, you think the best fighters right? And when they first announced some of the fights, it was kind of underwhelming. Then as it developed over the months, it turned, oh wow, okay, these guys are fine. Okay, cool. And then we all saw the final product. That was easily one of the best UFCs I've ever seen.
Yeah, the two kids who work for me are huge UFC nuts, and they said by far the best they've ever seen in their life.
It's just
They're young. They're both young.
It was the best thing I've ever seen ever. And I've seen the birth of my two kids.
You heard it.
He goes UFC 250 and then my kids. No, obviously I'm joking. But to be hyperbolic, it was that great. Like it was fucking. And I was on the side of like kind of being critical at first because I was like, I don't know. It feels like fucking you're kissing the ring and shit. Like some weird royalty fucking performance shit. I didn't see anything that had to do with any politics or anything other than freedom, red, white, and blue. And that's all it was. It felt like the most American event ever. And then people got knocked the fuck out. It was like, you can't get any better than that.
For real. And walking from the, starting off, I don't know, Pat, how much you saw, but like the first fight, they started just inside the building. In other words, the fighters, the cameras go just inside the White House. The fighters come out, and each one of them had a Medal of Honor winner and a first responder police officer. And then as the fights got bigger, by the final fight, they came from the Oval Office. Justin Gaethje, Ilia Topuria walked out from the Oval Office. So you got to see so much history. And like Olivia's saying here, it was so America. It really was, man. And honestly, I don't care what side of the aisle anybody leans towards. That was wholesomely American.
So much history and so many fucking security violations.
I know, right? I can't even imagine. Just being in the
I have a fucking security clearance. I can't even get into that fucking office myself without a background check.
Dude, that was crazy, man. Like the panel, Michael Bisping and the other guys that are on the panel that do like the pre-show, they're sitting in like a part of the Oval Office or a part of the White House. I'm like, how did they get in there? You know what I'm saying? Like, how did they get in there? That's crazy.
You gotta ask Meg. They rushed them through the Pentagon and
just
expedited their clearances.
Right. They did something, dude. So last week we did some topics and we had a good time. This week we're gonna do some more topics. We're gonna start though. Mr. Patty Lang can be a needy guy sometimes. I mean, we all can be, but Pat has not been getting his fix, I've noticed lately, on topics that he would like to talk about. So guess what? We are going to start this show, by talking about the Supreme Court ruling. I believe it was 5-4.
6-3.
6-3.
Wait, which one? So let's clarify let's start with the birthright citizenship.
Birthright.
That was 6-3?
I think so, yeah. Joseph?
Yeah.
I thought I saw 5-4. I could be wrong. What do we got? Supreme Court upholds the birthright citizenship, rejecting Trump's restrictions. And it looks like Meg says 6-3. So I don't know where the hell I saw 5-4. But so 6-3 to continue what America has been doing for a very long time, that if you are born here from a non-citizen, you continue, or you are a U.S. citizen. And there's no revoking that or undoing that or whatever. So, Pat, if you want to start.
Yeah, I'll start.
Who starts? What does that mean to you? What do you think?
It means that some people still believe in the Constitution in Washington, because that is a constitutional right. And it is what, the 14th Amendment? Am I right there? Which amendment is it? One of them. And I feel like, first of all, in order to overturn amendment, you need to have after it goes through all these bullshit courts, it has to go to the Senate and be overruled, approved 66%. So it was probably never going to get through anyway to actually change an amendment. But I feel like this is a win for everybody, because we've got a president that did one of the things he did do was he secured the border. And people are not crossing the border illegally like they did over the last, 8 years under all the other presidents. So if you're born here, you're most likely born here from someone who's legally here. I know that there's always going to be exceptions, but that was the way this country was founded, and that's what the founding fathers wanted, as many of them were British subjects when they were here anyway. And I think it was a good day for the United States. I think the Supreme Court got it right, and I think Trump fucking is going to cry about it, but he was wrong on this.
So for clarification, this was an executive order that President Trump was trying to push through. They rejected that. However, to my understanding, Congress, they can still amend the.
You can always amend an amendment.
Right. So they can still amend the amendment. So it's not 100% off the table. Although
of course not.
I don't think it'll happen. I don't think they'll get the support that they want. So to clarify, it's not that it'll never be a thing again. It's just that his executive order to change however the heck he wanted to change it, which I don't know if you guys know more than I do on that, but he lost that. They lost that. So yeah, to Pat's point, it is upholding the Constitution, right? There's a case back in 1895, a young Asian kid. It was like the first case of this nature. Foreign-born parents, kid was born here. Supreme Court at that time allowed the kid to stay, and that's basically kind of like how the birthright thing started, right? The thing that I think, the thought that comes to my head is if there are too many loopholes that aren't dealt with, people, doesn't matter what it is, this or anything else, people will take advantage of it. What am I getting at? If we're allowing people to come into this country illegally and then have kids and saying, yeah, that kid's a citizen, isn't that huge incentive to come here illegally and have a child?
Certainly is, but didn't we take care of that?
Are we taking care of it? Yes. Have we taken care of it completely? I don't know if you can completely take care of that. It's impossible to keep everybody out. But
of course it's impossible.
I don't know where my head goes is like, again, people will take advantage of anything. You know what I'm saying? If they know that I can go to the United States, have a child, that child will then become a U.S. citizen automatically, upping my chances of being able to stay under some other kind of loophole. Heck, I'm going to go do it. Just like when I worked at Social Security and these single moms knew that if they popped out kids, the more kids they had, the higher the chances they're going to get approved for this benefit and that benefit. And then this benefit.
We just saw. I understand what you're saying, Jeremy, but we saw what ICE was doing, and it didn't matter if you had a kid that was legal or not. They fucking sent you home. And that's the letter of the law, and that's what they were doing, and I'm okay with that. So that incentive is now not as incentivized as it was before, because unless you get a new president that comes in, some fucking liberal who comes in and changes it all back. I understand what you're saying. Am I okay with saying if you're illegally here and have a baby, it doesn't count for you because you weren't here like on a green card or as a permanent resident, some sort of way that the United States knew you were here and then you just happen to have a baby? Okay, if you like Olivia's stupid example, if I'm from China and I just come here to have a baby, well, first of all, you have to come here illegally. Good luck getting here now. It's not the same as it was before. But I am totally okay with that if you want to go with that on the amendment. If you want to amend the amendment.
Yeah, I want to read this from Olivia. I am from China. I didn't know that, Olivia. No, I come to the U.S. and have my Chinese baby. That baby is now an American citizen. Kid leaves to go back to be raised in China. Comes back in 35 years, and now he's your president.
What's your point?
So loophole is exactly what I was talking about. And you got to understand that in a perfect world, we solve the problem and people stop doing this, right? We're about as far from a perfect world.
That sounds like the
ever
rape argument with abortion. Like, I don't like arguing for the fucking 0.001% of shit that could happen.
Right. Plus, in order to become president, you need 80 million people to vote for you. So let's not get crazy here. Obviously, if they're going to vote for somebody from China, that was born here and went to China for 35 years and then came back, he or she was probably a pretty popular candidate to be elected.
What about
president of
on
the
a
United
much
States.
smaller scale of like that person can get a job and take it away from a natural U.S. born citizen?
They were
Does that
not.
bother you?
There are a
We're
natural
born here.
U.S. citizen.
Yeah, but if they leave all these years and they come back, now they're taking jobs from people,
Doesn't matter.
taking
We're still
resources
citizens.
from people.
Jeremy, I hear that
If you're a
argument. I
citizen,
hear
how
what
are
you're
they taking the
saying.
resources?
I hear what you're saying, but it just doesn't happen like that. I mean, I post jobs every fucking day and nobody applies. Who are all these people that can't get jobs? They're not applying for my jobs. Where the hell are they all?
So let me ask, if Congress, if Trump can get enough approval and they change, I don't even know. I really don't understand what he's exactly trying to change. How, you know what I mean? Like what is, I haven't read that much about it. But let's say he gets enough approval from Congress and they change and they just say, hey, no, we're like, even if you know you're born here, that doesn't automatically make you a citizen. Are you cool with that?
If
What
the
metric would they
Congress-
have to determine that other than being born here?
Illegal immigrants have a child in the United States. It's
I don't want-
documented that the
I
people
don't
are
want
illegal.
to be determined American citizen or not based off my parents. I mean, I want it to go off of my birth certificate, not what my parents are. I mean, fuck, dude. I've seen like government filing fuck ups all the time. You know, like it's like, what if
That's
something
kind of the
fucked
part of
up
that
crazy
0.1%
happened with
that
your
you were
identity,
just talking about, Dale.
and now your parents are fucking. All of a sudden, you know, all of a sudden you lose citizenship because you can't prove your parents are from here. Like, get the fuck out of here. Like, I need to
Again,
prove
that's
my
part of
citizenship
that, like,
based off of being born here.
That's part of that 0.1% you were just talking about. Like, hey, I don't want to base anything on that, 0.1% of it possibly happening.
But you're making it 100% of illegal immigrants. Like,
I mean, dude, if you are born of illegal immigrants in the United States, it automatically makes you a United States citizen. We're okay with that.
yeah,
We're saying that that's totally fine.
damn straight.
And we're not. So, okay. So what I'm saying is, are we thinking past that and the implications that could have on the United States? Meaning illegal immigrants, you got to understand, many of them are coming here purposely to just have children so that their kid can be a United States citizen. And then
I thought they were
somehow
coming here to
back
work.
door, they try to, hey, well, my kid's a United States citizen. You can't kick us out. You can't kick me and my wife out. My kid was born here. Even though I came here, I did it illegally.
They can and they do.
They do, though. They do kick you out now. I'm with you, Jeremy. I understand what you're saying. And 5 years ago, that would have made sense. But now it doesn't make that much sense. You're talking about something that could happen, but certainly isn't going to happen even close to the rate it happened before. Also, most illegals come here to work, not to have kids. They're not just, hey, let's go have a baby and do it in the United States. They come here to get jobs and then send their money home. The vast majority of illegals are doing
I would
that.
agree with that for sure.
I don't think that it's that I know Olivia loves to say isolated incident. It's true. I mean, these people want to work. They want to make as much money as they can because they can't make it in the countries they're from. But yeah, I get what you're saying. And if everybody got together and said, look, if we know these two people came here and they were scumbags and they didn't have jobs and they didn't work and they just had a kid, I don't mind if you deport all three of them. But I think the spirit of the rule is like what Dylan is saying is it's about the baby at that point who is now born here and that baby is an American.
No matter the intentions of the parents or not.
I just
The
said
intentions of the parents don't define the intentions of the kid as it grows up and probably assimilates with American culture.
Sure, that's fine. That's totally fine. But I think it's a matter of principle. If I have the best of intentions, but I do it illegally, I got to be held accountable. And if that means my kids, in a situation are part of that accountability, then hey, I did something illegal. Knowingly, I accidentally come to America. Whoops! Oh my God! I just happened to be in Oklahoma. even though I live in Honduras. You know, you don't accidentally do that. Oh, I accidentally fucked this lady and had a kid. Oh my God, how is this all happening? You're intentionally
but just
doing
like with abortion, that baby didn't have a choice. That baby was born where it was born.
Yeah, bring it in.
Now you're going to penalize it because his parents were dickheads?
Yep, exactly. That's exactly. I was about to make that same exact analogy.
Let's get
Actually,
to that one more time. I'm trying to wrap my head around how you're comparing what we're talking about.
Well, I'm just saying, like, people say, hey, you know, you can't abort a baby. It has no choice. Give it a chance for life.
Mm-hmm.
I understand that argument. I totally get it.
Mm-hmm.
Now this baby's born. His life, or his or her life, started the second it came out of that vagina in the United States of America.
Mm-hmm.
It's an American.
Yeah.
And you're going to send it back to a third world country because his parents were dickheads? Okay, that's what you want to do.
Yes.
Okay.
Your parents made decisions.
Yeah, you're that like Dylan said. Why
now,
should
if they want to go back and they want to say, all right, now we're going to do it the right way. Obviously, you know, I'm talking about this as if I have like firsthand experience. Like, actually, I have friends that have firsthand experience. I'm not an illegal immigrant that came. I'm not an illegal immigrant that came here and had kids and would have to. I'm not that person. I'm just trying to paint a picture of. There has to be law and order, guys. There has to be a rule of law that has to be abided by. And when you know people are knowingly going and doing things illegally, and that could be, you know, I mean, we're talking about like South America. That could be all over the world, which is exactly what's happening. There are some really crappy parts of the world where people are intentionally coming here and like, hey, let's have some kids. Wow, those kids are now U.S. citizens. Which means it's likely we're going to be able to stay.
You're right. The law is the law, though. The law specifically says that it doesn't say if you are born of illegal people, you can't be a citizen. It says if you are born inside the confines of the United States, you are a United States citizen. That is the law. So you want to change the law.
I'm not opposed to it.
A few?
I'm not losing sleep over it, but I'm not opposed to it.
All right, I hear you.
What's that? When he's like, this country is made of borders and it has to be protected with guns. Like, I fucking agree with that. I'm not advocating for open borders, but what I am advocating for is like if a kid is anchor babied here, here, I want that kid to be an American citizen. You know what I'm saying?
Why?
Because that's
what does that have to do with you? Besides the fact that you have a huge heart.
I don't think it's a heart thing. I think it's I guess it partially is, but I don't really feel it to be like that much like of like this big emotional thing. It's like it's more like whatever the parents' intentions were what they were, but I think like the benefit that comes from having the kid here and grow up here will be.
KDL has a point here. Life begins at erection. KDL, you want to come on? I'll send you a link. KDL.
Come on, what?
Dude, it is the last day of Pride Month, which is actually the real reason Pat is here.
Come on, who? Come on, who is the question?
I tell you what, this has been a fucking weak ass Pride Month because I haven't really seen anything.
Yeah, you said that yesterday.
I feel like it's been
pretty chill.
Yeah, no parades, no nothing around here.
Yeah, compared to years prior.
Oh yeah.
Will, or I don't know, are you coming on, or are you just gonna talk shit from the comments? I believe it's the Constitution. I don't know what you mean by that, Will, but yeah. So okay. So the Constitution.
He's saying it's constitutional right. Like
correct. Absolutely, 100%. It has been for a very, very long time. But that doesn't mean it's that same argument. You hear it a lot in the workforce, or you talk to boomers, and like it's been this way forever and doesn't need to change. Just because something's been this way for a long time doesn't mean it is the right way to do it. Or it can't be done better, or it doesn't need to change. So again, I'll say this: I don't agree with an executive order, right? I don't agree with a president, regardless of who it is. It could be Bill Clinton. I don't care who it is. I don't agree with the president putting down an executive order trying to change something like that. I believe executive orders have their place. I don't believe they have their place here. This is something you need to get Congress to amend the amendment. You know, if they were to do that, I'm not opposed to it because I believe in the sanctity and the sovereignty of a country. Ours, fucking Poland, South Africa. I don't care where it is. There's sovereignty of your country. You need to uphold that, and it needs to make sense. You cannot give people incentives to come here illegally to do whatever the hell they want with intentions to try to get something out of it.
Okay, so what if I come here, I'm a woman, and I come here on a 6-month work visa, and I'm 8 months pregnant, and I have my baby here?
Different. There's always going to be
Right.
those kind of things. There's always going to be exceptions to rules. There is never
Why
a
is
black
that
and white
different?
thing.
I guess
There's
because
no-
you're here legally and working would be the difference, right?
Sure, you're here
But
on
the
a visa.
intentionality is the same to
Absolutely.
get your kid to freedom and opportunity. And that's where I'm saying
Do
that
it
the
the
kid
right
is
way.
at no fault. The
Do it
kid
the
is
right
at
way
no
then.
fault. He's benefiting from freedom and America and motherfucking opportunity in red, white, and blue. What his parents' intentions were has nothing
Do
to do
it
with
the
anything.
right way. If your kid is going to suffer the consequences of your actions, sorry. That is
Yeah.
life.
Sean Lenderman beat me to it. So military kids born overseas are dual citizens.
all the
Again,
time.
Again,
Philippines.
exceptions to the rule. There's
Well, I guess
always
Philippines is
exceptions.
gonna be
There are
fine.
things that fall. The pregnant lady that comes here on a visa, get out of here. No, absolutely. Finish your visa, do your thing. We'll figure it out. We'll see what's up. You military kid born overseas, totally get it, man.
Hey, maybe
Totally
somebody
get it.
joins the military just so they can go have their baby overseas and then get
What,
dual citizenship. That's fucked up, right?
Savant says it's hundreds of thousands of Chinese already.
Hundreds of thousands.
So
Savant
I was going to say I'd
I'd
like
right out of
to
his ass.
I'd like
It's
to see
rare
the
that
numbers.
anyone joins the military to be a hero.
Hey,
Most people
Savant, if
join
you're
the-
listening right
most
now,
people-
there are 97
right.
people, 97 people from January 6th who've been rearrested since they were pardoned, and there's 77 people in the last 40 years who voted illegally that weren't citizens. That's 20 more. He says millions vote illegally every election.
You don't think the number is higher than that?
Don't
guys?
they?
You
I'm
think
just-
that number
That's
that
the
they're
Heritage
reporting back-
Foundation. The Heritage Foundation was a right-wing machine that does the research on it, if you don't believe me. Now, have people not been caught? Of course, but those are just the people that were caught and prosecuted.
There's probably like 40 million illegals in California alone.
There's more than that.
Legit.
That's just in San Diego alone.
Right. I tend not to trust you guys. I don't like the
Savant's
government. As a former military and government employee, I'm not a fan of the government. I don't know how Joseph feels. He's probably not authorized to even give his opinion on that right now with what he does. But like, I can freely say, because I'm not tied to them anymore, that I'm not a fan. So when I hear these numbers, I'm gonna have to do some digging because I don't trust it at face value. I don't
Do
trust
it.
it. There's too
Do it,
much
my
fishy
friend.
stuff going on around here, man. Where were we? Dylan was making some stupid point. No, I'm kidding.
I was saying that most people in general who join the military join it for the benefits, not to be a hero.
Sure.
I
And
joined to be
part of
rich.
that benefit might be citizenship. It might be to go and have a baby and fucking have the healthcare, TRICARE. TRICARE is pretty fucking awesome, right?
And we're
free
comparing
fucking
that-
healthcare.
We're
Say what?
comparing that to somebody coming here
College
illegally
tuition?
to have kids.
No, I'm saying the intentionality is irrelevant. Of
It
their
is
parents.
entirely irrelevant.
It's irrelevant.
You're
of their
committing
parents.
a crime purposely and then trying to benefit off of that crime. If you are joining the military, the 1% of the country that will ever do that to stay
Okay.
out of jail or to get citizenship, let's go. Ortega, I
Maybe-
think, was one of those guys.
Maybe I can present it like this, and this is not a good argument. It's a bit of a straw man, but I'm going to go with it anyway for pure just like what I can't like intellectually describe. It's constitution. It's your constitutional right, right? That's protected by America. So it's not the parents' constitutional right to do it, but as a byproduct of them doing something illegal, America we have to take that baby and say, yes, you are ours. You are our citizen. Yes, it's like if somebody knocks on your door. You remember like the old story, somebody knock on the fireman at the firehouse and drop off a baby. They're gonna have to go take it back.
And
Like, no,
my
they're gonna take
argument,
that baby in. And
no,
fucking
my
take
argument
care of it.
is I get that point, but my
You know?
argument
and
is
that's
why
I know
we're-
it's a bit of a
that's why
strong
we're
man
in a
because it's emotional tugging, but
I
like
get it. No, you're good. You're good. You're good. That's why we're in the problem we're in right now, that we even have to even explore, like, hey, we might need to change part of the Constitution or amend the Constitution, because we have been the country that says, come on over. And then we just flood everything with people that don't belong here right now because they haven't done it the right way.
You're right, Jerry.
That's why we're even crossing this bridge.
Right, but your argument kind of falls apart because there is no incentive for the parents anymore. There's none. You are
There
getting
is no.
deported.
That's the problem, is there is. Half
There
the
isn't.
time they'll say, hey, my kids are here. They'll do the emotional plea.
They can do
And
that
then
all they
they'll try to
want.
find some loophole because, hey, my kid is here. I have
There's
to be
no
able to
loophole.
stay here. That's why they do it.
We just watched these people get deported, crying, screaming. It was all on TV for us. We all saw it. It was brutal, but it had to get done. And I was fully in agreement of ICE doing their jobs. I didn't like the way they did it, but I am, if you're here illegally, I think you need to be deported. And they did that. It's fine by me.
Olivia says the 14th Amendment was written post-Civil War. Oh, God, now we're in trouble.
Uh-oh.
The 14th Amendment was written post-Civil War to secure citizens. Oh, my God, we're changing too much. Citizens
Hello.
for freed slaves, citizenship for free slaves, not for children of foreigners here unlawfully
Is
who
anyone talking
owe
right now?
primary allegiance to their parent country.
Oh, I can hear you.
That makes sense? And I believe that's what Saban was trying to say. That's not what the Constitution says. Pull it up. So how it was written, it was for freed slaves, and then somehow how our government works, because it's so stupid and ran by morons, is you know
slaves
what?
weren't considered
If these
citizens.
illegal people come here and they're not citizens, we
Jesus
should open up
Christ.
our arms. And we
If you're
should-
gonna shit talk, learn how to fucking spell.
Who are you talking to, Max?
I think
Gee,
the voice-
Colleen, I think the boys need to borrow Little G's Constitution.
No, Constitution. The Constitution, Junior.
I mean, Meg is a liberal white woman, so
I mean,
cut her some slack, Joe.
What-
Hey, welcome
I
to the
actually have
show,
an idea.
Will.
Can
How
we
many
pull up
spotted
the
cows
14th
have you had
Amendment?
today?
Yeah, I'm on it.
Thank you.
What
I
was
said,
that, Jeremy?
Will, welcome to the show. How many spotted cows have you had today?
None.
None so far. All right.
None.
Good.
The 14th Amendment
actually have
deals
an
with like
idea.
5 different things. Birthright citizenship is one of those things. So it's not just for enslaved people. It is
Primarily-
part of that amendment.
It was primarily for.
I don't know if you can say that.
Oh, I'm
I
saying.
mean, you'd have to look into the papers written by the guys who wrote the amendment.
Well, the
And-
Second Amendment was intended for muskets. And
Yeah, exactly. I mean, look how that has changed. I mean, if we wanted to take the Second Amendment literally, then every single person in the United States should be able to have a nuclear weapon, because that is an arm and the government has it. And we're supposed to be able to have any weapon the government has. Right, Dylan? That's a fact. If the government has it, we
don't
should
back
be
him
able
up
to
here,
have
Bill.
it.
But
I think he went off the rails when
I
he
have
said
an idea
nuclear.
for the birthright citizen.
Well, he's being hyperbolic for the
Should it-
example.
Yeah, exactly.
What if
He's saying
what
if
if
you
it
want to
was
be
this?
if you want to be like compare things like that, then you have to take the Second Amendment and be like, no, we can only have muskets.
What if for if you're an illegal immigrant, say you don't even have to like I think we should open up a program where you don't even have to come to the country. You can be from another country and you can just choose if you have a kid, like it's like an Amazon return policy, like within 30 to 60 days, you can just send your newborn child over to be a United States citizen. You can't come with, but you can just send him in the mail.
I actually love that. So funny.
Like you can still get the better life for your kid. You skip all the hoopla, but like they just go right into like, I don't know, some sort of like program for youth, and the government will look after them and it'll be fine. You can
And you can get
also-
a you
the
can get a
Catholic Church,
No,
the
we're not
Catholic
trusting
you can
Church
get a
will
visa
do
and
it,
visitation.
NGOs. You
You're out of
just
your
send your
mind.
kids. You just send your kids, and you donate them essentially to the United States.
Stop. Let me read something to you. The primary intention of the 14th Amendment, ratified in
See,
1868.
but it doesn't
after the
matter what the primary
American Civil-
intention is because you cannot apply
might-
that. That's the whole
Listen.
point of the fucking Supreme Court.
You never cut
is
off
to
a black
interpret the
man when he's
Constitution.
talking, Will.
You're
This
only
is-
half, so
This is also in the Constitution.
That
The
is
14th Amendment,
there's-
ratified in 1868 after the American Civil War, was to secure the legal status and civil rights of formerly enslaved people. my people.
Comma.
And to prevent states
Jeremy's
from
not
denying
wrong
them
in this
basic
sense,
rights.
so we better just say he's right.
It was part of the broader effort known as Reconstruction. The amendment has several key provisions, citizenship clause, privileges, blah, 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 blah. But that was the original intent of
All the
14th.
important shit, Jeremy just said blah, 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 blah. All the shit he
Don't
didn't
need
agree
that.
with.
It goes on to say
Yada,
guys
yada,
that wear
yada.
tie-dye shirts love wieners. That was the end of the 14th.
Better get him in. It's the last day. Better get him in, dude.
That's why Pat was here. I
You're
don't know if
just
you heard that
bummed
part.
it's not your month anymore.
Boom, shaka. Anyways, I mean, I struggle with anything that just gives people incentive to do.
Dylan advocates for
To
open.
do
No, you know
to
what I
illegal
do
shit.
advocate
That's
for,
all.
Sevi? What I don't advocate for is a big ass fucking wall. But what I do want is all of those trillions of dollars is going to be building a fucking wall all across our perimeter. What I do want is
be
multiple Bucky station type fucking gas stations of infrastructure of government workers filing people through and making them legal citizens if they want to come here legally. But you can't cross illegally.
Wait.
And it's guarded by fucking sniper towers. You got to go into the Buckies and get your citizenship and get your shit ran.
What do they do
So you
inside
just
the
want
Buckies
back
to
home
get
until it's fully
citizenship?
Why do
processed,
you
and then you
want
can
so
come
many
back
American
through.
citizens, Dylan?
There
What?
you go. Why do we want so many immigrants here? We have a big ass population. We're good. We don't
Because
not
if you,
need
if
them.
you
but we
want to
don't
come
fucking
here,
need that many.
if you want to come here and you can do it legally,
What do they do in the Buckies to
Then
get
come
here
here.
legally, Dill?
what?
What are they doing inside this Buckies to become United States citizens?
I'm saying
right now?
it's like this huge
They're
ass
doing like a
infrastructure
MMA fight or
where
something.
they just fucking process you.
You're
And
gonna
here's
be
the
there.
thing,
money
Dylan, but
into
here's the thing.
infrastructure
Here's
right
the
at the
problem.
border to process these people,
You
get them
can't just
citizenship
process
faster.
anybody, Dill.
Here's the problem. Here's the problem. Dad's here.
Oh dear.
People would just go around it if there's no wall.
No, I said guarded
the
by
Bucky
sniper
station,
towers.
if the Bucky station, that's exactly it. But where do you put the towers? You put a tower on a wall, and you have to have some sort of defense around your borders, because otherwise they're just going to go around it because the line's going to be too long. The line's already too long for people to come here legally, and there are people waiting their turn. And you know what? People fucking
Landmines.
hate. People hate lines. They skip lines.
Landmines. You see a landmine go off,
Why
you're
do
not
you think?
fucking
Why do
chancing
you
anymore.
think? Every amusement park sells a fast pass because those that have more money are going to pay for it.
And let's
Makes
get
sense.
a
They're gonna
because
take the
Americans
fast pass.
are
citizenship
lazy
fucking thing.
and immigrants
Even
want
the
to work
fast
and have
pass
a
is
better life.
bullshit. They don't even.
That is the most liberal white thing I've ever heard. We're just fucking. Everyone on here is an American,
Whoa!
and you're some of the hardest working men I've ever met in my life. But we're all lazy, and it's only the immigrants
I think she's being facetious.
that want to work hard. She better be.
Jeremy.
She better be, because otherwise she just put a nail in the coffin of the.
I mean,
liberal
there is definitely some truth to that. There are. I mean, like
Yes. Most of the jobs that they take are the ones that a lot of Americans would prefer not to do. They would do.
You ever seen a
They-
Mexican dig a hole by hand?
Jeremy, they would do them if there wasn't so many ridiculous benefits that were started by Democrats. That is a fact. If you force people, to this day, I don't understand how you're allowed to collect an unemployment check while not walking down to the town square every day, grabbing a bag and going to pick up garbage for 8 hours. I don't know how the fuck they just give people unemployment money for not doing anything.
Well,
Those
Pat,
are
I
all
have a
Democrat-
theory.
You nailed it. The government.
That's
I
right.
have a
They
theory.
made it that way.
The next left-leaning presidential candidate. Maybe it's not the next one. Maybe it's the one after. But the big ticket item that they're going to run on is talking about a universal basic income, because we're at the point where they're going to say we're so advanced as a society and we have the technology and AI is taking jobs that it's necessary for us to have a universal basic income. A universal basic income. Yeah.
Are you talking about what Elon Musk was saying?
Yes. I'm thinking that the next Democratic candidate is going to run off of that as a big thing, and maybe even a right-wing one could do it too. But I think it's more so going to lean off the left, because they're going to say we need to tax the rich and we need to tax these corporations, and everyone's going to get paid $30,000 annually a year. There will be no more unemployment and whatnot, but everyone's going to get this flat rate of income so that
never
we can all
happen.
be artists. And what I'm
Not
saying,
in
I'm not
America.
saying it should, but I'm saying that's what they're going to run on. Guaranteed.
They'll lose faster than Kamala
No,
Harris.
but Jeremy, there's
I agree.
the
That's
amount of
the kind of
idiots
thing that would
that
start
are
a
going to
civil
buy
war.
it. They're going to go for it. Yes, it is a form of communism.
Uh,
I'm not
Crossfit, I
telling you it's
wanna-
right or wrong or I agree
I
with
wanna
this. I'm just
fact
saying
check
that's
this,
the next
Nick.
move.
Joseph, can you fact check? Elon entered the USA illegally.
I don't think so. I think his parents were.
Even if that is true, I talked about exceptions to the rule. This man has created. He not only has he created amazing things, but when you create millionaires, not just like wealthy people, you create millionaires. Okay, I'm gonna cut you some slack.
I mean, the
He entered
daughters
the
for
US in
sure should
95
get
on
a
a student
U.S.
visa to
citizenship.
Stanford University.
Catherine and Annie should for sure be U.S. citizens. They're exceptional. Daughter water. I mean, how would we be able to do it without
You
daughter
guys want to
water?
boot him? I'll kick him the fuck out of here. Joseph, what did you say?
Elon entered the US in 95 on a student visa to attend Stanford University, but dropped out.
I don't know if we can. I don't know if we can trust CrossFit anymore. Wow, you just got fact checked in real time. Kenneth is into fact checking. I think that's what that means. CrossFit also. Oh dear, CrossFit also says Senate and Congress created millionaires too. Jeremy, what's your point? They offer nothing. They offer nothing. They offer absolutely nothing. Elon Musk has offered a lot more.
Themselves.
Yeah, CrossFit. Until you like show your face, shut the fuck up. You fucking bitch.
Tell them.
Everybody else here has a fucking name and a face. You're just hiding behind the keyboard.
Your mom
probably
does not have a name nor.
You're probably 5'2", 140 pounds.
Your mom is cool. Somebody once said, if you took all the money in the world and divided up equally among everybody, it will soon all be back in the same pot.
Absolutely.
Amen to that.
Yep.
Amen to that.
I think we all agree on that.
On our next episode, Pat and CrossFit will be fighting in a no holds bar. Anyways, you guys want to move on? Any other stupid takes from Dylan? I'm kidding. Any other takes from about the 14th Amendment and Trump failing to get that changed through an executive order?
I don't know. Why don't you ask Sevi about his last stupid comment? Universal basic income is here already.
I mean, it's going to spread. He knows it.
The guy who
it's
doesn't
the
leave
next
his house.
Well,
It's
I
the
think
next
I
thing.
think kind of what he's saying is all the Democratic government incentives.
thing.
Is that like whether they come in food stamps or not? It's a form of income where you spend your money.
Mm.
Yeah, but it's
But
been
they're
around
going to
for
do it. They're going to do
housing,
it
that's all
broad,
like a
broad
form of
scale,
UBI.
and that's how they're
It
going to
is,
get people
but
to
all
buy
that
it.
shit's been around for a long, long time.
Yeah, but it's not
new.
meant to be generational.
I agree.
You're not
going to
supposed to
be.
be on the dole for.
I'm
3
not saying
generations.
people don't abuse it. I'm just saying that it's.
I'm just saying. I think that was what he was alluding to.
Okay,
So-
let's. What's the next thing, Jeremy? What do you got? What's chat?
Last
got
week
for
we
us?
did topics, hot takes on different topics. This
Oh.
week we're going to talk conspiracies because the one and only Pat Lang is here and Dylan. I actually don't know who has a bigger boner for conspiracies. They can hash that out between the two. But we're going to talk conspiracies. And I went to ChatGPT and I said, give me like 10 conspiracies, modern conspiracies. I'm not talking about like Kennedy assassination stuff, but like modern conspiracies. So I'm just going to go through these 10, maybe not all of them. Maybe we'll just touch on a couple. The first one, I think Pat will really appreciate this. You ready?
Yep.
We have a drum roll.
Just fucking read it.
Listen. Election.
You guys bicker so much, dude.
Election manipulation. It's funny because me and Will talk on the phone like once a week,
And we're like so sweet to each other.
There it is. Love it. Election manipulation. Ongoing claims from various political perspectives about voter fraud, algorithmic influence, media manipulation, or foreign interference. That is,
This is a great one.
I agree.
And let me
What do we think?
Let me just start off real quick with this. You guys know, and Sevi loves to talk about this, about the 62 lawsuits that Trump filed after the election, right? And every single one of them, except for one, was thrown out by the judge. Of those 62 lawsuits, how many of them did Trump accuse people of fraudulent voting? The answer, 0. None of them. He had no evidence. He didn't pretend to have any evidence. He sued the government for things like there was a chair in the wrong spot at this voting precinct in California. It needed to move over this way. Therefore, every single one of those votes needs to be thrown out. It doesn't happen like everybody wants to think it was. Biden beat him. He fucking beat him. It's a fact. There was no fake election. There was no proof. It didn't happen. It can't happen. Just think about the hundreds of thousands of people that would have to be involved in a national election. And not one of them has spoken up since. You haven't had one person go into a room and say, look, this is what I was paid. This is what I was told to do. Nobody. Not one.
Yeah. Let me ask you, Pat, two things. One, you think it's not possible
To rig in a national election? Not even. Is it possible to change 15 votes if you work hard enough? Absolutely. Of course it is. But you're never going to rig a national election. It's not. Without getting caught. It's not.
Second question. You're telling us and our lovely listeners that Joe Biden got more votes than Barack Obama.
Yeah, because, every year the population gets bigger. And
Because
Trump,
all those
that much
illegals,
bigger,
Jeremy.
huh?
hold on. And Trump, could you argue, was one of the most unpopular presidents ever after COVID? Because it happened on his watch, even though it wasn't his fault. And people wanted that guy out. He was already hated by the left anyway. And I can justify this by saying, Biden was soured on so much that less people voted in the following election. And everybody wants to say, well, there's all your fake votes. But the states where less people voted, and you can all look it up, are blue states like Massachusetts and California and Michigan, where millions didn't turn out to vote in those states. And they still went blue. But those were the states that the people like me didn't vote for Joe Biden again because I couldn't do it. That's where all the fake votes went. It wasn't states like all of the states that matter, the swing states. More people voted in the last election than the election prior. Those were the ones where all the fake votes were supposed to be, and since Trump put all the measures in place, that those were going to have less votes in the 2024 election. They didn't have less votes; they had more. I mean, I could do this all day. I've looked into this. It doesn't add up. The election was not stolen. People hated Trump.
Do you think you hate Trump. Do you think
I don't hate Trump? I dislike him. I think he's a fucking moron.
He's
just an idiot.
That when you look these things up,
yep.
Answer this honestly. Don't bullshit me, Pat.
All right.
That there isn't bias on your part when you're looking these things up. You are purposely trying, maybe using certain
vote totals,
websites or news outlets.
He's asking
if
when you say it, right? Like, are you typing it in a way where you're going to get the answer you want?
No, because I want to make sure that when here's why I do this, Jeremy.
We all do.
When I argue or have these conversations, I don't want to be wrong. So if I get this information, which is public information for anyone to look up, like every single election in the history of the world, you can go to websites and see how many people voted in it. I mean, I don't think that they're falsifying that type of information.
Well, how many votes that were counted?
Yes, every vote and every single
how
election.
many people voted?
How many people voted? Who they voted for? What type of?
How many votes were counted?
Yes.
Because in theory, if someone took their little ballot and it didn't make its way to being counted, they would have voted, but it wouldn't have been counted.
Right. But, once again, when those people are opening those ballots, there's a Democrat, a Republican, and an independent sitting there opening the thing, watching the person check off the ballot so that doesn't happen.
Yeah.
Right?
I guess
those guys just go home?
I did a mail-in ballot this year.
Well, you're not
or-
supposed to
or
do
last
that,
year.
man. Your vote shouldn't count then. Trump wants to take that away from you, even though
Well,
that's
my
how
vote didn't
everybody
count
voted
anyways
100
because
years
it
ago.
was a vote in a state where, I mean, Minnesota's been blue forever.
All right. Here's one last thing on this. I don't want to. The reason,
But what about the voting machines? Wasn't there a whole big thing with
There's a lot of,
the voting machines, and like,
credible
wasn't it
evidence out
owned by
there.
a Venezuelan company? Wasn't that
There's,
part
Yeah,
of
there's
it?
a lot of
they were also
credible
the same
evidence out
machines
there
used-
that points to voter fraud.
there's nothing. There's the same machines used in 2024 as they were in 2020. Did the Democrats just not want to cheat this time? Did they
Maybe
give
You're
not.
up?
telling me again.
Maybe it's not- maybe it's
so
not
that
the
we can all get
Democrats.
on the same page.
I
You're
think
telling me
Dominion came in like
people
2008.
people hated Trump enough at the most popular time of his presidency. So many people hated him that that many people voted for Joe Biden. So much so to supersede how many people voted for Barack Obama just not even a decade earlier. You're telling me that many people hated Trump at the most popular time of his presidency based on what he was doing with the economy. And I know he's not perfect. I get it. But that many people were willing to say, I hate you so much, Trump, that they broke a record basically of voting for Joe Biden.
Well, almost
And
every
you
year.
can't, you can't like see that and be like, huh.
Jerry, that's such a bad argument. I mean, almost every year more people vote, right? I mean, I know some years they don't, but for the most part, the population grows, more people become registered to vote or eligible to vote, and they vote. Therefore, there's more votes.
Yeah, but that many? That's
yes.
like, hey, Pat, listen. That's like I start a venture, I start a journey that I want to be the strongest man in the world.
Yep.
I want to whoop up on those guys. And I'm 215 pounds right now. And in the span of 6 months, I balloon up to 285, 300 pounds. I'm big as all hell. And I try
That
to
was
tell
you
you
3 months ago.
it didn't happen by doing steroids. I try to tell you, no, I didn't do steroids. What are you talking about? I didn't do steroids. I'm all natural. That's what it sounds like, dude. It's
Dude,
like
you could
all of a
gain-
sudden that many people voted for
Jerry,
Joe Biden,
He was
who is
he was
clearly the most
polarizing
incompetent on earth.
politician in history. All he did was piss the other side off. That's all he did for 4 years. And then COVID happened. And then he gave $2 trillion to whoever wanted it with no oversight. And that pissed off a lot of Republicans.
Yeah, I think that angered his. I think that angered his base. I'm not saying that there isn't. I think probably both sides are trying to.
And Biden wasn't
win.
deemed
I'm
senile.
not even going to call it trying to cheat. They're just trying to.
Wait. Hold on, Will. Say it again.
I don't even think.
No.
I think
Pat, say that again.
I said Biden wasn't deemed senile until after he was elected. Like nobody said. I mean, he did fine in the debates. He was fine. It wasn't until year 2 where they started hiding him.
That's a bit of a stretch.
It's really
That's
not.
a bit of a stretch. I'm trying to give you the benefit of the doubt here. Let me ask you
right.
this, Pat. Let me ask you this.
Yeah.
What do you think of the people in like our chat or excluding Savon's chat? Like, what do you think? You think they're pretty reasonable human beings?
Yeah, of course. All of them are. Most of them are, yeah.
So then why do almost all of them disagree with your
Because
take?
they haven't looked into it like I have.
That's the problem right there, Pat. You understand
Jerry,
why
you're
people would
listening to
have a
Sean
problem
Hannity.
with you is because you even said it. I don't want to be wrong. Nobody wants to be wrong, right? I don't wake up every day, man, I cannot wait to be wrong today. Now, I know that going through my day, I will be wrong. I open up, what's the Bible saying? I open up my aperture, right? To the fact that I'm going to be wrong, and then I hopefully learn from that so I can grow and get better. It's like literally everybody's like, I don't know, Pat. Yeah, I don't know. Even some are pretty reasonable. Some are assholes about it. I get it. But like some are pretty reasonable. Don't you ever think like, oh shit,
What's your
maybe
proof,
I am
Jerry?
wrong.
Just tell me the proof. Just give me one
Okay.
shred of evidence. Like I said, Trump didn't sue the government one time for voter fraud. He sued it for everything else to make all these people in the chat think that he sued for voter fraud because he knew that nobody was going to look into it. No, but it looks like, and Sevon didn't know that either, I guarantee you, because all he talks about is how the liberal judges threw it out when most of the judges were appointed by Trump who threw out the cases because they were fraudulent bullshit cases.
They didn't have evidence that OJ cut his wife's head off.
Well, they did. They just had a dumb jury.
A dumb jury.
Anyways,
really good
so
lawyers. Johnny
to
Cochran?
answer,
I mean, just Jeremy's
Jeremy's question,
and I'll buy in, buddy. I'll fucking.
I will
buy it
say,
all day
I
long.
will say this to Pat's
You promise?
point. To Pat's point, if he had a lawyer, Trump had a lawyer in his ear, multiple lawyers, his whole fucking team that he's got on retainer was like, you know, when he asked about voter fraud, he didn't answer. He couldn't
I'm
answer
working on it
because he didn't have proof. You know what I
They
mean?
all know.
But
They were all
there's so
telling
much.
you.
There's a lot of circumstantial evidence where it's just like where you start going like, damn, walks like a duck, looks like a duck. You know what I'm saying?
Let me tell you this. Yes, Dylan's on his simple search in ChatGPT, Pat. No, I trust me. I don't trust.
Jesus, Jeremy,
ChatGPT
you got
all the time,
30
but
seconds.
hear me out.
You got a 30-second shot clock. Get this wrapped up.
I actually might find you and destroy your face one of these days. But ChatGPT, super quick research, right? I typically look way more into stuff. But did Trump ever sue for voter fraud? That's all I typed in.
Yeah.
ChatGPT is more left wing, I would say, right?
Yeah.
Yes. After the 2020 election, Donald Trump, his campaign, and allies filed or supported dozens of lawsuits challenging election results, voting procedures, vote counts, and certifications in several battleground states. And they go on to name a lot of states. Many of these lawsuits allege voter fraud or election irregularities.
Yeah.
So yes, he absolutely did.
No, if you look into him, Jeremy, and I know he doesn't want to. I know Will wants to move on. At no point does he have any evidence to challenge that people were changing or fraudulently casting votes. He was challenging all the things you just said, like voter setup.
No, I said voting procedures, election results, vote counts.
Exactly.
You can do that all you want. Challenging the results of the election. He's challenging.
Yes, he's trying to get results overturned by challenging bullshit things.
New title for the show.
Hence, every judge went, "Get this out of my face."
Jeremy and Pat rage bait each other until completion.
Jeremy, we'll do an election show later on.
I'm so close to climaxing, Pat. Just keep going.
All right, give us the next conspiracy.
Nate says my dead gang
you sent me the list. I'm just gonna pick the one. Where'd you
burn? Hold on a second. Both sides would engage in election fraud if they could get away with it. Many bad actors in the process. Historically, one side seems to be better than the other at it, and that's a really good point. I know, I know, Patty. One of your things is like, oh, you're being a party guy. You're being a party guy. I think you know me well enough by now that I don't claim either party.
I don't think you are anymore.
Yeah. But
do you guys think shapeshifters
Burn is
are
right.
real?
Both sides would do it if they can get away with it. Let's be honest.
There's one in the chat.
No, seriously. Do we think shapeshifters are real? Pat, have you seen this? The Fittest Flat Earther.
Is this our next topic?
You saw this? Yeah, I'm pulling the chute. What do we think? Do we think shapeshifters are real?
Wait,
some of those pictures where he goes side by side, it is pretty crazy.
Oh, okay. So you actually
do that all day, dude?
Bridges?
No, but it is pretty crazy. Like how alike they look.
Will, if you had time on your hands and you just wanted to like pull up anybody, you will find somebody that looks like them. You might even find similar birthmarks or whatever the heck, but like, are we really going to sit here? Like, think about homeboy that was on Savant's show, and he's literally telling Savant that he's convinced that he's David Duchovny.
I loved how when he was like, he's like, it's all right, bro. Like, I know you are one. And like, it's fine. Right. You don't have to say it, but like I know
we're all
you
stupid. And like Savant's gonna be like, yeah, you got me. I'm David Duchovny.
Happy I know David Duchovny.
I shapeshifted. Like David Duchovny's still alive, isn't he? How does he just
that's the
shapeshift
thing.
back and
like
forth?
My favorite was how he's like Haley Adams is clearly Taylor Swift. And like the year when she wasn't at the games for mental health, guess what? Eras tour. I'm like, but like, I don't know. I just thought that's funny.
So you're saying I actually went to see Haley Adams at Gillette Stadium?
Yeah, it was Haley Adams, dude. That's how she's so fit and she's able to perform so much. Is because she is one of the fittest on earth.
Keep
So we
going
all-
with your shtick.
So
Will.
we all agree that shapeshifters are among us.
No.
You
Absolutely not. There's absolutely no evidence of it. Again, if you find time on your hands one of these days and just take
But
anybody,
their wives,
you
their
will find
wives look
someone
alike.
that's
They take their
exactly like
partners with them.
That's a weird one. That's a
It's
weird,
weird,
one.
sure, but like it's. I mean, the wives were a stretch. You know, it was
Yeah.
like,
Yeah, that's a
Plus,
stretch.
white chicks
That's a
all look
stretch.
alike anyway. So what are we talking about?
Yeah. There's no evidence there.
What about the UFOs, Meg? Are there UFOs? Have we photographed them?
That was
come
one-
I don't care.
How come every single one of them looks like it was taken with a 1965 black and white camera?
Dude,
Right.
But and they're on $1 billion fucking F-16. Like, how come we can't get a color shot of these things?
I don't know. I think UFOs and aliens will ultimately be used to get the population to subside or to obey whatever new commands that come from whatever government's in charge.
I don't think they'll want to mess with us because we're too stupid, and they'll be afraid of
Well,
that.
I'm
rubbing off
saying
on them.
I'm saying that like the threat of the UFOs and the threat of aliens will be used to take individual rights and liberties away.
KDL, I'd like to know what you're talking about. This did I say show me proof of anything? Jeremy
I did.
Patterson. So I
Like-
said that
like-
Genesis
Fair-
6 says nothing about shapeshifters or the possibility of them. I just read it. It has nothing to do with that. But
Yes,
UFOs,
yes.
yeah, actually, that was one of the things I didn't know if you guys would want to talk about. Our government
Get the jab or the aliens
what
will
they
get you.
know.
Precisely. Thank you, Grant.
You want me to talk about the UFOs or not, Will?
We are talking about the UFOs.
Our government slowly
because you're not
revealing what they
talking doesn't mean
know
we're not
about
talking.
unexplained aerial phenomenon. Why release some information while keeping other details classified? I personally don't care enough. What do you got? Does UFO stuff get you? Or are you like, oh my god, Bill? I mean, you live down near Area 51. You seeing UFOs down there? Like,
I mean,
All the
it's
time.
intriguing to me, but I don't know. I just don't see it.
if there was any legit, I don't know. See, that's what is legit. I was gonna say, if there's any legit evidence that I saw, I would be intrigued. I'm like, oh my god, but everything like Pat was saying, it's like crazy, terrible cell phone camera that is all blurred out. It's like, dude, come on, y'all didn't show me anything. Like, I could produce that. We could produce that. The Glinton's channel could produce UFO footage. You know what I mean?
With a fucking
You
Android.
just don't believe in the truth, Jeremy.
Listen, unless there's, do you believe in wormholes, Will?
I don't know. Wormhole.
Because that's the only way aliens are ever getting here.
Didn't one of those things get in Robert F. Kennedy a wormhole? That's all I
Imagine
hear.
about
That's
this
all the
list.
people tell me is that he ate a worm or something. Isn't that a movie?
He was drinking
How to
tequila.
eat fried wormholes?
How to eat fried worms?
Not wormholes.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't. It just anytime someone talks about UFOs, I'm like, yeah, I don't care. But I'm down to talk about it if you guys want to talk about it. Otherwise, we can move on. Do you want to pick another one, Will? Will I am?
Sure.
You can take over.
All of these are the same. Like 3 of them are the same. Like 9, 10. The AI
You're
one is
you're
the
gonna bitch
same.
about it. What do you want to do?
Dead internet.
By the
The
way,
idea that much
while
of the
he's looking
internet
it up-
is bots,
he
AI
did.
generated content, and automated engagement rather than real human activity. That seems kind of boring. What else could we talk about?
let's pause to talk about CrossFit real quick. Has anyone done the HeroWatt Glenn?
Gwen?
What is it?
Glen. Glenn.
Is
30
that, was that today's?
That's what I did today. 30 clean and jerks, 1 mile
Holy
run,
shit.
10 rope climbs,
Yeah, it's a sick
1
workout.
mile run, 100 burpees.
I think I did this last year. As a
135?
class workout. Yeah.
Yeah, 135.
That's
My
sick.
challenge to you guys
I
over
like
the next week or two is to, if you've never done Glenn, give it a try.
Who was
So,
this dude?
Can I guess your time? I'm gonna
It
guess
might alter the course of your life.
for let's see. 3 mile
Steal.
3 mile runs, right?
Two 1 mile runs.
Oh, 2 mile run sandwich. Okay. So that took
31,
you
10,
16.
100.
The clean and jerks took you 3.5, 19.5. The 10 rope climbs took you 3 minutes, 22.5. And what was the last one? 100 burpees. That probably took you 7 minutes. So you were right around a half an hour.
I think he was 33 minutes and 30
I'll say
seconds.
40 something.
Damn, Joe. Ouch. No.
What was your time?
It was between Pat and Will.
31.
31, 41 ish, somewhere
Nice
around
job.
there. And it's so chat panel try freaking KDL DNF. Where to go?
Hey, speaking of
Whatever.
shapeshifters and Nephilim and shit, you should look up, Joe. You should look up how many crater impacts are found across the world.
Cross
And
Earth.
so to link that biblically, there was 200 fallen angels.
Mm,
And there's 200 crater impacts that we can still see.
wow.
That we found. I think there's 190 something that we found.
Approximately 190 to 200 confirmed impact craters on Earth.
That's wild. And the craters also are not like a crater impact where it drug across where it has a trail, you know?
Yeah,
it's
yeah,
like
just
just a
boom.
hole in the ground.
Do you
That's
think-
fucking strange.
Do you think they're still here?
Yeah.
Where are they?
Yeah. As far as shapeshifters go, I don't know why. I would think they'd
Well,
be
30
like
of them are at the
infiltrating the
CrossFit
government,
Games.
running things, you know, like world shit, not being Taylor Swift. You know,
Taylor
so
Swift is
hold on,
basically
Joe,
running the world, dude.
Dill, when I think of that 8 fallen angels, I thought they were like giants. No?
the giants were the offspring of Nephilim.
Where are
I
they?
believe, yeah,
They're like-
because
I believe
Shaq and Yao Ming.
New Jersey.
the Nephilim were banished angels or whatever. I don't know
Okay,
this.
do the
thoroughly.
workout and then make a video on it.
I mean,
I don't know
it would
thoroughly.
make sense if they were giants because some craters are pretty damn big.
I think
Yeah,
it was.
right?
I think it was that they breeded with humans, and they were like really fucking in trouble for that. Not supposed to do that, and they did it. And they did it anyway, and then it made giants. I think
Bunch of
that's
idiots.
the order of
Horny
operations.
angels. My goodness. That's crazy.
What did Colton come from?
The opposite.
There.
Literally the opposite of that, whatever that may be. That's crazy. Yeah, I
But-
mean,
The crater thing
Wow.
is wild
That's
to me,
crazy.
and I'm a Bible believer. I'm not like a theologian or anything, but like, you know, that kind of stuff. I really, I believe the word.
man, people's
and-
interpretations are amazing to think about sometimes. Like KDL, I think he's onto some things, and then it kind of like, so the fallen angels came and mated with mated for the layman means they had crazy sex with human women, created Nephilim, the Nephilim. The flood was to kill the Nephilim. That's
So
where
Nephilim was the offspring.
yeah, that's where I'm thinking, like, according to the Bible, the flood was to just destroy evil in the world, because
it was in
Noah
the
and
Bible. It says that the world had become
Too
so much full of depravity
yeah,
that it was, and Moses was like the only one that was kind of being like a
Noah,
like a real
Noah
OG.
and his family
Noah,
were the
yeah,
only
Noah,
ones that
and-
were
Moses in the Ark.
Yeah, Moses. Yeah.
still switching up the story. So,
Moses' art. Yeah.
so
No,
could
yeah,
the
Noah.
Nephilim be a part of the evil? Maybe, I don't know, but it doesn't specifically say it was to kill the Nephilim. It was just to destroy evil on Earth.
Because it had overtaken it, everybody was just drowning in depravity.
Yeah. Which then leads me to think, after that happens, this is where my brain goes with some things in the Bible. And Pat will appreciate this because I know he questions the crap out of stuff too. If it was so, how much more evil was it then than it is now? To me, you could say the earth right now is as evil as it gets. You know
That's
what I
why
mean?
God
Like,
created COVID, tried to kill us all.
well, maybe because he promised through the rainbow, right? Wasn't the rainbow originally the promise?
Yeah,
That
he
you never
wouldn't
flood the
world
earth again.
Yeah,
You never flood the earth and do that again. But to me, it's like, how much worse was it then than it is now? Everywhere you look, sometimes evil shit's happening.
I agree.
Evil. So I'm like, man, that's could he use, like, to Pat's point, could he use something else? Yeah, sure. But yeah, man, if you destroy almost the entire population of the earth because it was evil, how evil was it? That's where my brain goes with that.
the population of the earth was also a lot smaller.
Yeah.
So
the
the infiltrating of evil would be per capita much stronger. Like, we got to fucking start over. Like, Jesus, this is crazy. Literally,
I think
Jesus.
we're about due for that again.
And,
I don't want that to happen, but so anyways, back to election. I'm kidding. Let's talk. What do you want to talk about on this list, Will?
How'd your
AI?
date go? How'd your date go last week at Polish Fest?
We're gonna turn this into the Jeremy's dating show, huh?
I don't know.
You went to a
There'll be less-
sausage fest, Jeremy?
Oh, I thought that
there'll
was
be
a
less
big
dude.
arguments.
I was hoping you'd be there, but you're holding out again. I'll say it this way: if you guys have you used the dating apps? Is that how you met Emily?
I have used dating apps. It's not how I met Emily, but
Okay,
I've
good.
used. I'm
I'm
familiar
actually
with them.
I'm actually happy to hear that you didn't have to use that. But anybody that has to use a dating app, you're going to put your best foot forward as far as pictures go, right? So if they give you an option for 6 pictures, you're going to choose the best 6 pictures that have ever been taken of you.
Jeremy,
right?
are you 6'2" on your profile?
Are you telling us you used a picture when you were 21?
6'5", no.
6'5", and you're really 5'5".
Yeah. No. So, I put whatever, but this girl had put some tantalizing, or as Sebi would say, titillating pictures on her profile. She looked very attractive until I met her in person.
Did she show you her pecker?
And then she had a giant penis, and it was
You
just.
looked at a dick that was bigger.
And now we're in love.
This is so shallow of you, Jeremy.
No, dude, I got out of the car.
No, she wasn't your type. That's fine. That's all you gotta say.
Our for sure our lifestyles don't align, and that's
It's the
really thing.
personality,
It's
not the size
it's
of
not
the
even.
pecker.
Say again.
It's the personality, not the size of the pecker.
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
but it's disingenuous right off the bat. I mean, if they're lying about what they look like, and they're
Did she eat more bratwurst than you did at Polish
So
Fest?
much more, dude. So all of the Browers. But to me, again, it's not 100% about looks. Like, looks come and go. It's lifestyle, man. I stay fit. I believe in that type of a lifestyle, and if I'm going to be with somebody, I'm not going to have to be trying to convince them that, hey, working out consistently, eating well is the good. I don't want to do that. Like, it's just right off the bat, we're just not going to be compatible. Yeah. So did we have a good time on the date? Sure. Because I'm not just going to be like, oh, that sucks. No, we had a good time. But Kern says, Jeremy, just take off your glasses. Attractiveness.
You want someone that could work out with you or would want to, not like you asking them to do a workout.
Or at the very least, you're exactly right, Will. At the very least, to understand why I feel it's important to work out, to stay fit, to be healthy.
They got to be active. I went through
like a 15-year relationship, 11 years of them, trying to convince my ex that, hey, this is we should be fit, and showing our kids that example, and feeding them good food and feeding ourselves good food. I went through 15 years of trying to convince her that was the right thing to do. And it was like, dude, I would had a better time popping into some hot chicks, some models DMs and getting a date with her, like, than convincing my ex-wife that, hey, a healthy lifestyle is the way to go.
So how do you end the date when you know it's not going anywhere? I mean, you get a courtesy pop, or how's it work?
Say again?
What?
Courtesy what?
A courtesy pop.
You
get a
should not
courtesy
be
pop,
popping
or
anyone, dude.
How do you
should not be
end
popping
the
anyone on a
date?
date?
Like, I want to know how you kids do it nowadays. Like, you're sitting with her and you just know it's not going to work out. But you go, you have the date, you have some drinks, whatever, and then when you leave, you just say,
Can we guess all courses of action?
Sure.
Wait, what the fuck is a courtesy pop?
I think it ended fine. Jeremy was a gentleman. Maybe a little smoochy smooch. Leave at that, right? Jeremy gets in his car and he's like, "Oh man." Text Sevy and he's like, "Sevy, this is what happened. I just went on this date, bro. You should have seen her. Not what I expected." And then the next day, Jeremy sent 2.5 paragraphs long of, "Hey, I just don't think, it's me, not a you thing. I had a super fun time with you. I'd love to be friends, but I just got a lot going on right now with my kids. It's not going to work out."
So cool. I mean, you nailed it. That's exactly no.
Yeah, that doesn't work.
Besides the pop that Pat was talking
Or
about,
he ghosted her.
Like, why would you go on the date if you're going to use the excuse, I just don't have time?
He went to the bathroom when the tab was put down on the table.
Yeah, Jeremy, if I were you, I just would have fucking skedaddled right when you saw her and just pretended like you didn't see her and went home.
It crossed my mind, but Will's right. We went to the fest. I said I'm at least gonna have a good time. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm at least gonna have a good time here. I'm not just gonna be all bummed out, and I'm not gonna ghost. I'm not just gonna. I can't play that game.
So did you
I wouldn't want that to be done.
Did you know it was shit from the beginning?
Did I know what was shit?
That it wasn't gonna work out.
Absolutely, I did. As soon as I saw
and
her, I was like,
still went through with that shit.
I'm still gonna have a good time. All right, I'm gonna go to Polish Fest. I'm gonna have some Polish beer. I'm gonna eat some Polish food, and then the next day, I'm going to tell you our lifestyles don't match. There was no paragraph. It was like 3 sentences. Our lifestyles don't match up. I'm not going to start a relationship with someone that I don't feel we align at all on most things, because we don't. Even the conversations we had, she's more of Pat's ilk, more TDS than not. And I just ain't going to play that game. And I told her all that. And she said, "It's okay. I understand." And then I moved on.
That's cool.
That's awesome.
If you really want to know what I text Sevy, it was a picture of a different girl that is also not going to work out. But
you did text Sevy? You did text Sevy that night?
Oh, he loves I didn't. No, I didn't.
Oh my God. I was like, wow, I'm good.
Hell no. You were almost correct, but I did text him a picture of another young lady that I just had to say no to as well. This one was because there's just too much distance between us. So put yourselves in a single game, right? Especially Pat.
She's
Pat's
trying to get first-rate citizenship for her kid.
You got young kids. But Pats are a little bit older. But you guys are single. You got 3 young kids. You match with somebody. You're clicking. You fail to look at where they live, but you start clicking. 2 or 3 days later, you exchange numbers.
How far?
And then you find out that they're like hours from you. Do you keep going?
No, I probably would shut it down.
I wouldn't even be on the dating app.
Pat doesn't find a tasty freeze and he's not setting up that date.
That's right.
Tasty freeze.
It's like an old ass fucking like a what is a fucking tasty freeze? It's like an old ass Sonic, basically. Like wiener dog, like fucking chili dogs and like ice cream and shit, right?
Yep.
I never heard that term.
There's probably none still around.
I don't think they exist anymore.
That's where Jeremy's date wanted to go for the second date. So he said, "No, we're not." It's like clearly our lifestyle choices do not align. I know I asked you to go to this festival where we eat sauerkraut broths and drink beer, but
I was
the
just
rest
trying
of
to
our
make an old
lifestyle
joke to
doesn't
Pat.
align.
No, you're good.
Okay.
No, but this girl, she was great in a lot of ways. But man, that distance, I'm like, I'm just can't do that right now. Can't do it. So, but she did send me some very interesting pictures, I will tell you, and videos. It was amazing. I was like, I have to share this with somebody.
Hey, you know what? Then maybe I would have
just
sent
shared
it
it with the
longer.
internet.
Jeremy, you can always send them to me, buddy.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Yeah. Hey, you're not going to get in trouble, Patty?
No, God, my wife.
Okay. All right.
As long as I'm not doing it, she doesn't care.
Should I send it to the chat we have right now? So
yeah, one might not appreciate it.
Yeah. We won't name that person. Anyways, enough.
That's actually the long distance girl.
Say again?
That's the long distance one, Pat. He's talking about.
Yeah.
The person in our chat is just too far away.
You would all want to see her, but I will spare some of you from having to get in trouble with your significant others. But yeah,
Jeremy, it was actually an AI chat bot you were talking to.
Yeah. There's a hot AI chatbot, let me tell you. No, but that's enough of Jamie's love life. Do we want to talk about governments and tech companies using AI to manipulate public opinion, censor information, influence elections?
That's not anything new. They do that with the
Yeah, that's
media.
not a
They've
good
done it
conspiracy.
with the inception of TV and newspapers and shit.
ChatGPT was like, let me just give you facts.
Right.
What about NASA? What do y'all think about NASA?
What do you mean?
Yeah, what do you mean? Give us what we should be thinking when we
Thinking.
think about NASA.
I don't know. Do you question it or do you just take it at face value?
Like what they're doing,
What
Moon
they've
landing
done,
and
the
stuff.
organization and its inception, how
The
it's
money that
ran.
they take from taxpayers.
Mm.
My wife hates NASA. She thinks it's the biggest waste of money of all time. I'm obsessed with space, so I don't really mind it. I mean, are you getting to like the moon landing shit and stuff like that?
Yeah, that's part of it for sure. When you look into NASA and then you realize like they get millions and millions of dollars of funding toward their CGI department.
Mm.
Like, that's weird. Why do you need a fucking CGI department, NASA? For one, it was started as an ocean exploration
For all the
organization.
depictions and shit, dude. Like, we can't be, we can't be making shit up of what Saturn looks like. Like, the public can't see that.
There's not a single actual photo of Earth. It's all composite imagery.
Oh my god.
So
That's
NASA's
true. That's just a fact.
NASA's
how do
total.
we have satellites and shit then?
Hang
Dylan?
on. NASA's total enacted budget for the fiscal year, just the fiscal year of 2026, $24.4 billion.
I
How
honestly
much
would
did
have
we
thought it
just
was way
agree to
higher
give
than
to Iran?
300 million.
I thought it was billion. Joseph.
Was it?
It
Yeah.
was something
It
billion.
was-
If
it was
it's
hundreds of
contingent-
billions of dollars. To
It's
But that's-
contingent on
that's
certain
supposed to
drops in the
help.
bucket.
That's supposed to help rebuild a country, not for one.
Right. It's contingent
Not
You
for
on
one
guys-
country to have a space program.
Hold on, it's not a
Dude,
space
get outta
program.
here.
It was an ocean
You
exploration.
guys sound like a bunch
program.
of brokies. 24
It was
billion
an
ain't
ocean
nothing.
exploration program. It
for
was
the US
started by
government.
Warner von Braun under Operation Paperclip, where they took Nazi scientists and started NASA.
Operation Paperclip. Stop
That's-
it.
look
Dylan.
it up.
He's
It's just
right.
a fact.
He's
Stop it,
right.
Dylan.
They brought Nazi scientists here,
Yep,
and they
and
gave
Warner
them
von
different
Braun-
names, and they gave them different identities, and they
Isn't
had them
it-
work for us because they were so smart.
Warren
Yep.
von Braun. That's a Super Smash Bros. Character. I'm pretty sure.
if you look up the Warner von Braun would have been tried for crimes against humanity while he was the head of NASA. Like,
Guys,
for real, this is just factual
It's
shit.
the
Operation
U.S.
Paperclip.
government. How many different ways?
Wait, did their
do we
kids
have
get
to
birthright
explain
citizenship?
They're corrupt. They have been.
Did they get citizenship?
I'm sure
They had to
did.
have had kids. 1,600 of them
Well-
came here. Did they get citizenship?
I'm sure they did.
I bet you they did because they gave
Well,
them
is that
different
okay?
names.
They're here on a visa. It's fine, right?
Operation Paperclip was a secret U.S. intelligence program from 45 to 59 that recruited over 1,600, they say German, scientists and engineers and technicians, many with ties to the Nazi party, almost all with party, to work in the U.S. government. Their expertise was foundational to the creation of NASA and the success of the American space program.
Okay,
That
let me just add a quick.
Wild.
Okay, they say German for whatever fucking reason. They were Nazi.
They got to PG it
scientists.
up, but then they say ties to Nazi. Just say Nazi.
They were exactly.
Nazi.
You're trying to nerf it for no fucking
Right.
reason.
We
They
don't-
were
we don't-
Nazi
you don't need to
scientists,
PG.
and Warner von Braun, the head of his
NASA,
rocket
not-
lab in Germany, while he was a Nazi scientist, would hang the 5 slowest Jews so that you would work faster and harder to scare the piss out of the enslaved Jew scientists.
Is this a fact?
That's a
I'm
fact.
sure it is.
That is an absolute fact. God damn it! Why is
Some
it
of the
fucking
greatest
slipping me?
things in history were built off of the most insane circumstances, and this is probably one of the biggest examples. And to Burns' point, many modern science and engineering marvels are direct result of NASA's space program, which employed some of the most disgusting human beings world has ever seen.
And they hid that under the guise of, well, they're not going to do anything negative to the United States if we bring them here. Otherwise, they might do something like make a bomb or something like that.
Right. They might do something against us. So
Right.
which I mean, you got to think that's kind of brilliant.
Yeah, that's the defense,
I
right?
would prefer we just locked them up or got rid of
Fucking
them.
put bullets in every single one of their heads.
Well, I would
I
prefer
mean-
that, but I guess the next best thing is, you know what? Let's get them to work for us.
Sure.
I think part of the impetus was non-conspiratorial side of that to that logic is that half of them went to Russia. So it was like, we got to fucking,
We had to compete somehow.
you know.
Yeah. we
And the
gotta do
real
something.
bad ones went to Argentina.
Oh yeah.
There was a show about this.
Hunting
with
Hitler.
Al Pacino.
Oh, it was called. That was a great show. I watched it.
Sword
It was so good. What was that called?
God damn it! I fucking love that show. I watched it
It was
twice.
so good.
Wasn't it like Ancient
Joseph.
Aliens or something? That's got to be a NASA
Hunters.
show.
Hunters.
Yeah,
Hunters.
something Hunters.
Hunters. Man,
Dungeon
that shit
Hunters.
was crazy.
Imagine when
Good
Lenny
show.
Kravitz went to Argentina, how shocked he was at all the fucking German heritage there. He was probably
Yeah.
like, what
The blonde hair, blue eye.
Why are there so many hot blonde chicks here?
the He's just wreaking havoc over there.
Someone posted that with the World Cup going on.
I saw what you're talking about.
You saw
I saw
that?
Yeah, the three hot chicks.
Yes.
For Argentina.
That
Yeah.
didn't look
I never
like
fucking made this connection.
Argentinian, right?
Yeah,
They
three
look-
white chicks with blonde hair down to here, beautiful
Yep.
girls, all in the Argentina section.
I
Yep.
never made this connection. KDL says Kravitz.
Good point.
He's a fucking German plant too. That's why he went to fucking Argentina to hang out with his boys.
I want to know what Byrne means by this.
Yeah,
Maybe-
is Byrne taking a shot at us? We're not saying
he
that
must
we're-
be- He's too smart to, maybe it would have been better off for the world if we let the Russians get the top level German scientists.
No, we
Byrne's
acknowledge
too
that.
smart to.
we
We acknowledge that. Byrne, you weren't listening. Did we cut out? Because we said, hey, next best thing is if
I said
if Russia's gonna do
conspiracies
it, we gotta
aside,
do it.
like that's something you would do if you knew Russia was getting their scientists. You're like, I got to start poaching too. But I do the conspiracy of how NASA's founded and who it was founded by and what it was originally intended for, and now we're just like doing all this space shit with billions of dollars being funded to us, and your largest department's a fucking CGI department. It's fucking crazy.
That is some really crazy stuff. Makes you question a
Who's-
lot. It
who's
makes
the
you
black
question
guy?
what else are they doing. Say
Who's the
again?
black guy? The real smart
Lenny
one?
Kravitz.
Neil Tyson deGrasse.
Yeah, Neil deGrasse Tyson.
Me?
Yeah, he talks about he makes a good case for he says the moon landing happened, and it kind of ties to what I said about the election stuff. Is there were hundreds of thousands of people that worked at NASA through that time period, and you'd think one of them would go on the record as saying, "Hey, it was all bullshit. I worked there. Here's what really happened," and it hasn't happened. I'm not saying that it did happen. I'm not saying that I don't know anything about the moon landing.
You're right, but how long do they live after doing that?
Well, it was.
It's the
It
government.
was the 1960s. I mean,
Okay,
a lot of them.
But I'm saying, like, if somebody comes out
if
that
it-
and
you know,
spills the
Pat's onto
beans,
something. Pat's onto something because
No,
think about all the operations. Think about all the like military operations, like killing Osama, and you got dudes coming out saying they're the ones who did it when everyone's like, that ain't what happened. But he's claiming it. Like, if there was smoke, there would be more fire than just people being like, look at the budget. Look at the budget.
well, to your point though, but that's you're kind of arguing the opposite, which is somebody who is looking for a claim to fame. And the other person outing that it didn't happen would be fucking lit on fire and burned.
He
at the
would
stake.
be, and maybe they silenced him. Who knows?
Well, I think that there was a huge compartmentalization over there at NASA to where a lot of people don't see the same shit, and they're doing research and they're doing scientific shit, but they don't have the classification to know all the need to know shit.
Yeah, that's fair.
And then so that's probably very small population, and then so you isolate those individuals, and let's say throw out all the conspiracy of like bad intentions and malice, right? Of like whatever you might think to the craziest fucking conspiracy you can get to. Just throw all that out. And let's just say they leveraged their patriotism and said, if you fucking speak up about this, it's going to make us lose this war. Right. And so as a patriot, you're like, yeah, we went to the fucking moon and it made us win the space race. Right. And then it fucking
They
culminated
crippled
into
the Soviet
like, us
Union
staying
because they
at-
spent so much money trying to go to
Mhm. Mm-hmm. Dude,
Mm.
KDL, you redeemed yourself. When's the last time the DOW Department of War passed an audit?
Never.
Joseph?
I think the
Joseph, when's
Department of
last time?
War
I'll let you know
is.
when it happens.
Or the Pentagon, whatever you want to call it. Like,
Do
when's
we
the
think
last
there's
time?
gonna, oh, this is a
Pentagon
good
or
question. Do we think there's going to be another government shutdown?
I mean, isn't there one every year for like a month?
There-
There
has been one
it's
almost
been
every
consistent the last 5-6 years.
Yeah, I was gonna say for half a decade at least. Bern, what is up with all the missing generals and scientists currently?
Oh yeah, that's a good one. That's a good one.
Talk about
Yeah.
it. Like, I mean, we got a little time here. I
It's like 12,
I ran out of
right?
conspiracies myself. What are
There
these
was a
generals that are
general-
missing?
There was a general involved in this UAP shit. I think it was UAP shit, but it was along those same lines. I guess he like went for a walk out and like to hike. He lives kind of rural out here in New Mexico, I believe it was. And he took nothing but his boots, like in his skivvies and his fucking revolver, and never came back.
Right. And they found him dead, shot, right?
Yeah, I
Yeah,
think.
so-
Did they find him dead?
They did. There are several that they have not found though.
Right.
So
A couple girls, right? Couple.
yeah. That guy may have. I may have read that dude had some mental illness
That's some
issues, and they
fucked up
think
shit.
maybe he committed suicide. I don't
Do
know.
you think he committed suicide because he's got all this fucking like
Could be.
classified information where he's just like, I can't live with this anymore?
So here are the ones that are missing.
Okay, so they didn't find that guy.
Not
I
the
never
not the
heard that they
general
found him.
in New Mexico.
Yeah.
And all this happened in a
I think in
August,
a 2-year
25 June, May.
2-year period.
Holy crap!
Did they work together?
There's a
Any of them?
connection. There's a connection between the tech agencies that they all worked for and where they worked.
Wow.
Just a coincidence, I'm sure.
What do we did they know too much? Were they going to be whistleblowers? Were they
No,
going to
it's a-
spill beans? How do they all disappear like that? There's too much there.
Well, how about the guy that got killed up by me? The Browns, the guy at Brown, the shooter. Who
That was
killed,
weird.
And then he came up to Massachusetts and killed the MIT professor, just walked into his house, shot him, and killed him.
Mm-hmm.
And that guy was supposedly working on something that solar power
It was some
engine
kind of
that
groundbreaking evolution
Yes,
of
and
like energy, right?
shot him in the head.
Is the same guy that created a water powered car
Yes.
and then like was at a diner and ate some food and then
Yep.
ran out in the middle of the parking lot, was like suffocating, screaming, "They poisoned me."
Dude.
What?
Now I'm gonna
Hey.
be looking at this shit all fucking night.
Hey, I don't. I have
Damn.
for a myriad of reasons, I have an incredible distrust to the government and as a whole because of how large it is, and I know how quickly something that big could be infiltrated with people with malintent or at least just they look at their agendas and motives on a much higher level than the American population and providing and securing our freedom.
Yeah.
And so like, and you can go as benign as something that's not so crazy and aliens and different fucking universes and shit like that. You can go straight to JFK. Do you know that JFK, like their whole family was started, they started NASA or they started NASCAR basically because they were the original moonshine runners. And then they got involved with the mob. And because of moonshine running, that started NASCAR. That's like a fun little historical fact, but like the JFK family, the Kennedy family was fucking backed by the mob, and then it created their kind of generational wealth. The mob was like, you guys are getting in politics, protect us, we'll protect you, yada yada yada. These boys get in a government and then they start going against the mob, they start going after the mob. Mob don't like that, so they got the mob after them. And then there's a big oil deal with the Bay of Pigs.
I
and
thought the
everything
CIA
like that
killed JFK.
because of the Bay of Pigs, right? And they wanted to basically do a false flag in Cuba and Kennedy vetoed it. And so the CIA was like, what the fuck, right? And so he's got the CIA after him, right? And then Lyndon B. Johnson was on trial for murder. JFK gets assassinated. He takes his place, pardons himself. Bro,
Love
you
it.
don't think I have some
Brilliant.
mistrust for my government?
I hear
You're
you.
making me distrust it even more.
Seriously, I didn't know any of that.
That's
I gotta
Well,
read
we can't
up.
just take it like it's fact. Also, Dylan, I love you, but like it's a
No,
fact.
that's true.
I
That's a
know.
good
I'm gonna
point.
read it up.
That's
like
a good
you
point.
can't
Will.
just like take what like
I've
Dylan
known
could have
Dylan
just about
intimately enough now, if you know what I'm saying, that
pissed out of his mouth.
he does his calm down,
Okay, well,
generation.
fact check me
He
then.
does
Well,
his fact check.
Jeremy, Pat does his research too, and he'll tell you stories, and you don't fucking listen to him.
Pat doesn't
I'm
give
just
it to
saying
me like
fact
Bill
check.
does, okay?
I'm totally
Let's
not the
go.
arbiter of truth. I will be the first to admit that. So I'd say
I think your
fucking
line
anyone
of
who wants to
logic
look
would
it
be
up
very-
and tell me I'm a
if-
fucking retard and show me the evidence that goes against it. Fair enough.
I think honestly, Dylan, if what you are saying is true, then like I 100% would see why you would lack trust for the government and why you would think like all your lines of reasoning are very rational. I think the hardest part for us now is to know what is true and what isn't. And it's only going to get harder because
Yeah.
of AI and how you can, there already is where people will recreate the way you can speak, the way you sound, the way you look, documents. And it's going to be so hard to tell what's true and what's not.
Dude, some of the coolest AI I've seen lately. You're right, Will. 100%. That shit is crazy. It scares me. But if you guys watched USA and I believe Paraguay or Australia, one of the two,
Paraguay.
you saw Edward Norton and Brad Pitt up in
Yeah,
the,
that was so funny.
up in the booth. Dude, AI.
Did you see the trailer?
Someone has been using AI to make like Fight Club 2 trailers, and it is epic.
so good.
Man, I should have found some and sent them to you,
Don't
Joe.
talk about it, Germ.
I'm sorry, I just broke the first and second rule. But bro, I just watched that the other day, and then I see that, and I'm like, whoa, dude. Like that, like AI can be really cool. But to Will's point, dude, that
Do you guys know what MK
humans just
Ultra
aren't
is?
trustworthy enough to handle something like that. We're just somebody, it doesn't matter, like all 5 of us could have the best intentions, but like one other guy is gonna be like, let's use it for something terrible. And then it doesn't matter how much we didn't want to, someone else is gonna do it. I just don't trust something like AI to be used responsibly. Kenneth, his name was Robert Paulson.
Do you guys know what MK Ultra is?
Yeah.
Isn't that what you drink? Michelob Ultra?
Hang on a second.
Ew. Is this it?
Oh, please.
This is it. This is the greatest thing ever.
Oh, this isn't the trailer though.
You guys want to watch me do my Duolingo lesson?
But it's awesome. They just had
asked Edward Norton how he enjoyed the match
On
to see if he would
and
say anything
I'm learning
out of the
Spanish.
ordinary.
Shut
And
up,
all
Will.
he said was that he couldn't believe his good friend Tyler Durden actually got matches for the World Cup. When the reporter
have to
looked
pause
more
that?
into Tyler Durden, he couldn't
No.
find any information on this guy. But in all seriousness, it's great to see how the World Cup is bringing everyone closer. Like, I never thought we would get a Fight Club reference from the World Cup, and like all the videos of people visiting North America.
Yeah, that's
that
so
wasn't
awesome.
the trailer.
Maybe hey, let's end by talking about that. I saw that was a good. This is a good segue. I saw a post somewhere that said, if you want to hate America, watch the news.
Everyone
If you
has
want to
seen
love
it.
America, shut the fuck up, Will. If you want to love America,
Boomer.
drive through America. Come to
Jeremy,
the
how many
World Cup.
times do you repost that on your story? Did you
Do you
retweet
guys-
it?
what do
Did
you
you
guys
post
think
it on
about
Instagram and Facebook? Huh?
What do you guys think of that?
Can you say it again?
If you want to hate America, watch the news. If you want to love America, drive through it.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
fair. I think it's
100%.
fair. I agree with that.
Now, how do we, if we can, hold on, pause. Burn asked a good question. What's the difference between Fight Club and CrossFit? Rule is not to talk about Fight Club, but if in CrossFit you are mandated to talk to it to death. See, the thing is, back in the day, yeah, you're right. You're right, Burn. It's always been like we just don't shut the hell up about it.
Yeah.
But there was a time that Fight Club was a lot more, or excuse me, that CrossFit was a lot more Fight Club. Sure, you talked about it, but you didn't. This is like there was a very stringent vetting process.
What year was that? Had to be before 2015.
2011.
Yeah, all right, okay.
I would say
Because like the
2010.
2015,
Pat, it was back when they still segregated the gyms.
Yep.
It was
But there
back
was
when
a
Jeremy had
very
to drink at a
CrossFitters
different
and
water fountain.
non-CrossFitters.
In other words, somebody like Will would stand no chance in CrossFit back in 2010, 11, 12. Because he's just generation beta we would have been like, no, get out of here. You're a pussy. We've lost that. So to Burns, yeah, Fight Club, we need to go back to the days of CrossFit being more Fight Club-ish.
Yeah, that doesn't expand the brand though, buddy.
Anyways, did you guys see that cool? Did you guys see that cool meme that's been going around everywhere? About if you love America, you'll walk around it, but if you hate America, you just watch the news.
Look what KDL just said too.
Yeah, I saw that.
Dude.
Bro, Jeremy posted a
Oh,
picture
man.
on his story of the fucking iceberg where at the top it just says, it says fucking success, but underneath it says preservation, fucking determination, perseverance, fucking like
Preservation. That's
preservation.
My favorite one.
That's
You know what? All I care about is that Olivia has my back. Thank you, Olivia.
Let's see what Jeremy has on his story. Right
She
now.
gets it. She gets it. No, I was just trying to think of a good way to end the show that wasn't about how much our government sucks ass and we can't.
No,
trust.
you're very right. I mean, like the honestly, it's worth a watch if you're into this shit. And I mean, there's definitely some underlying messages. But on Netflix, The American Experiment, they did a 5-part docuseries on the revolution, and then the ratifying of the Constitution, essentially, basically through Washington's 2 terms, is from.
Is that the one Emily keeps saying not to talk about or something? Wasn't she yelling at you in the chat about don't talk about something you guys are watching or something?
No, she wanted to talk about it. She likes it. It's all right. Like the doc's cool. It's interesting. But there's definitely some underlying messages to it. But it's worth a watch.
In like propaganda, like they want you to think a certain thing, or
Yeah, they want you to think a certain way. But I mean, what documentary doesn't have that?
Inside 9/11, National Geographic.
Say it again.
Great bipartisan documentary on 9/11. I don't think
is
they
it
want you to
bipartisan.
think.
Really, that's shocking.
Yeah, I think.
What is it called, Pat?
Inside 9/11.
Oh,
National
Inside
Geographic.
9/11. Gotcha.
It's a 3-part series. It's 12 hours.
Did they talk about
Great.
Silverstein?
Jeez Louise.
It talks about everything. It talks. The first part is about up to the day, first 4 hours, what happened to get there. And then it's 4 hours on the day, and then the 4 hours post.
Dylan's like, well, none of that happened, so I'm not gonna watch it.
No, it did happen. I just
And
I
it
just
doesn't.
fucking
It
don't
doesn't
buy it,
talk
these
about
fucking
like,
Saudis, dude.
yeah, yeah.
Is it conspiratorial about like
No.
it didn't? Okay.
No,
Okay.
it's way. I think it was
12
literally
hours
right
of
after it.
non-conspiratorial 9/11.
Yes.
That's crazy.
All the
Bro, if I
conspiratorial
took out
shit
a-
came out later.
If I took out a fat insurance policy on my wife and she died a couple of days later, I'd be in fucking incarcerated for the rest of my fucking life. Larry Silverstein bought the fucking World Trade Centers and pulled the fattest fucking insurance on it for a fucking airline attack, knocking them over.
Show me the proof.
Look it up.
Hey,
Show
those
me.
buildings
I'm
were
not
supposed
I
to
want
be
to
in
say
it.
he pulled out the policy like 11
I
days
already got
before
it.
it happened.
I already got to send Pat pictures of a girl, man. Like I got enough stuff that I got to remember to do. I don't even
Buddy.
look at that.
Send it
You're
over.
disgusting.
Been married 16 years. Send it over.
You guys like to read?
Not really.
You guys know how to read? Should ask that.
I like it when the
Two
book
different
reads to
questions.
me.
I can only read memes.
Ha! That
Okay,
should be a
hold on.
shirt.
Let's just do the litmus test for his 9/11 inside job.
Oh God. Oh,
How many towers fell on 9/11?
I'm not ready for this.
Did more than should have.
3, right?
Dylan, we signed
3.
up for the military to
If
to
you
fight
ask people that, most people say 2.
Yeah. No,
There was
Building
3
7. Everybody
structures
forgets
hit
about
by
Building 7.
something.
Building 7.
There was 3
Well,
structures
it was-
hit by something. 2 of them.
You just said how many towers fell. Only 2 towers fell.
Well, that was a
There's
big
more
building.
buildings.
There- There was a 3rd tower, Tower 7. It fell and was not hit by anything.
Is that considered a tower though, or a
Well, it
building?
was hit by the building that crashed into it when it fell, but
Yeah,
it is weird that it
that's
fell
why
down.
it fell.
It looks like a controlled demolition. It falls.
Yeah,
at
they
free
want
fall
if I'm
speed,
if I'm a
it's imploding on
propagandist trying to
itself.
get you to think something, of course I'm going to make that look like it's a demolition. You know, like
You could
if
just
I want
watch
you
a
to think
video
a
on
certain thing.
Dude, maybe NASA CGI'd it, Dylan.
Maybe.
Oh, we watched,
There we
dude.
go.
we watched
they
that
CGI'd
Now we're
it.
talking,
Maybe they
Will.
want you to think it's fake.
We've
No,
come
it
full
fell.
circle.
You ever
Are
think
you
about
saying,
that?
Will, are you saying that you don't have a consideration that it probably was an inside job or could be?
I don't think that.
You don't think it was an inside job?
No.
Bern, did you call into the Savant podcast the other day? Because I feel like the guy who called in the other day, what was he even talking about? Whatever he was talking. What the hell was he talking? He was talking about a way to get illegals out of the country by paying them or something. It was, maybe that was something. Anyways, whoever called in talks a lot like you do, undermining America's legitimacy, even our myths, is part of a distinct political strategy. Marxists and progressives. Cynicism is easy to promote.
It's too many
That
big
last
words.
line is, say it again, Pat.
Too many big words.
There are a lot of big words in there. Maybe you got to dumb it down a little bit, but
He's cutting and pasting.
cynicism, I believe he's this smart. Cynicism is I've always told myself I won't be a cynical person, but you experience enough life and you can't, it's almost like you can't help it. Am I right? I mean, I'm talking, Pat, you're a little older. Joseph, you're a couple of years older than me. You live enough life and you're like, ooh, it's easy to become cynical.
Yep.
Vern
Vern
says
also
the captured
says-
Nephilim running away from Tower 7 were never publicly questioned.
Fake
I love
Sevon.
it.
Fake Sevon asked a couple good questions. Building 7 had the moon landing documents. That's pretty
Oh
funny.
my
And then he says,
God.
does jet fuel melt steel beams? It doesn't
I
melt
don't-
it, but it
I
weakens
don't
it.
remember what Tower 7 had, but it had some very significant documents gone. And then the Pentagon, too, was missing like fucking $5 trillion, and that department was fucking blown to smithereens.
And there's,
Or
and
the
there's
airplane was not.
yeah, the
there.
airplane wasn't there.
Zero
for some
wreckage.
reason.
Zero wreckage. You know what I'm saying? It's
There's
fucking
enough
weird.
to make you question
Dylan,
for
look
sure.
at your phone.
What?
Just look at your phone.
Oh, in the
That might
chat.
bring
Dick
some light
pic?
to this.
Dick
I mean,
pic?
how is there not like? How do you think you'd fake something that big?
Oh,
Well, no, it
Like,
happened.
how are you going
Yeah,
to
getting
silence
Megan
people?
You have
How
all
are you
the
going
right
to silence
parties.
people? And like, I just don't think it's possible. I don't think the government would do that.
do you,
Yeah, and they
okay? Would
also
you
never lie
consider?
to you.
Would you consider that there was maybe an opportunistic approach to knowing, having inside information due to CIA intelligence that this attack is going to happen, and then they're like, we could like kind of blow up some other shit at the same time, like, and get rid of some shit, just like, you know what I mean, kind of be advantageous to it. The attack's going to happen anyway, but like, let's just fucking, you know.
Have you seen the show Trailer Park Boys?
No, that's
Anyone?
an animated show
I've
with the
heard of
weird
it,
little
yeah.
square dude, right?
No, it's not an animated
Oh,
show.
that's
There's
SpongeBob.
an animated series behind it. But one of the characters, Ricky, he's not super smart. But he said the phrase "two birds get stoned at once," not like not
Two
kill
birds
a
with
bird
one
with
stone.
not kill a bird with two birds with one stone, but two birds get stoned at once. I mean, I don't know.
Yeah.
To Dylan's point, how many of those hijackers were learning to just fly planes in Arizona and Florida, literally telling the instructors, we don't care about taking off and landing. We just want to know how to maneuver the aircraft in the air. They actually told the instructors this. The instructors then called the FBI, and those reports went unanswered. Unanswered.
Do you know that under that 3,000 people perished that day so tragically, no matter what caused it, is fucking
Yep.
horrific.
Yep.
On top of the rubble, they couldn't find. It took them days and days and days to recover bodies. Just on top of the rubble, they found a barely singed passport of one of these pilots. Come on. The airplane exploded. But they found his passport? I
Yeah,
mean,
he
dude.
threw
Dill's
out
gonna
the
get
window.
abducted.
Suitcase.
Dill's about to get abducted by the government, dude. They're listening to you right now, dude. They tuned in about 10 minutes ago. And
I
they're
tell you,
like,
we could have done a
I
whole
don't
show
think
on
it's a
9/11.
scam.
with the CEO fucking shirt.
It's
on,
no
like, we're
different
going
than
to-
when they said that they found the bullet that killed Kennedy on the gurney, yet it was fucking not ballistically fucking
You guys are
damaged at all.
conspiracy theorists. I don't believe in it.
the longer you live, not only do you become more cynical, but You
But-
start to think, you start to see some of these things and think, wow, there's some
It's a good
patterns.
thing we.
Because
It's
it's all
a
about
good thing we have
patterns,
free
right?
speech
You
in
start
this
seeing
country.
patterns,
Yes.
and the
free
government
speech.
is
So
very pattern recognizable.
what Byrne
That
is saying is absolutely correct. That is a Marxist target action, is to get us to fight against each other, basically
Mhm.
divide and conquer, right?
Yep.
I forget the exact fucking, you know what I mean, the little phrase, but it's like divide
Is
and
there like a
conquer.
flow chart to it?
Yeah, basically, for real, you could make one easily off of the way it's phrased of the Marxist ideology, and that's the point of it. And he is saying that the skepticism will drive that, but my skepticism is for my core beliefs on what freedom in America and personal liberties are, and I want to preserve that at all costs. And I'm not looking at my government as the I want to hold their feet to the fire to make sure that they preserve that as a citizen of this country. I want liberties for the individual at all costs, not giving rights to groups and shit like that at the expense of liberties for the individual.
For sure.
You know,
And then
so the core beliefs of what I believe freedom in America was established for, that is unwavering, and I can hold anyone's feet to the fire for that. You know, if my government's not doing that job, I'm going to fucking hold their feet to the fire. That's my job as a citizen, because they work for me. I don't work for them.
See, and that's the thing is we have it. It seems,
and that's why Dylan open carries in a Chipotle.
Yeah, and we have it so ass backwards right now, where the government has such a view into our lives, every little thing we do, whether it's taxes or whatever. But the second we try to turn that the way it should be is holding them accountable. Hey, what are you guys doing? Why are you guys all getting rich off of being a career politician? Like, then it's like, oh, no, we can't do that. We can't do that. You guys can't be. It's like, no, that's exactly what we should be doing. We should be saying, hey, what are you doing in Washington besides wasting our money? You're not making any money. We're giving it to you, and then you spend it on dumb shit.
Dude, I think they're underpaid.
I'm going to mute you. Byrne says, I was standing at the foot of the World Trade Center when the second plane hit it. Wow. The ground shook. Still some conspiracists say that never really happened.
Dude, and Byrne, you know, if you witnessed that, dude, I'm very fucking sorry that you fucking had to witness that. That would have been a fucking crazy day. And I'm not taking away from the account that you had to experience and how fucking awful and tragic that was. So don't let my fucking crazy nut job fucking conspiracies, you know, take a shot at you or anything like that. I'm not trying to apologize. What I am saying is I for sure believe it was a real event and people died and it was fucking horrible. What I am saying that the motives and the causes behind it are and what we've been told are probably
that's fair.
Fabricated.
Yeah, that's fair. Sus. Very sus.
Do you think
also Byrne looks like Timu Robert Downey Jr.? You ever say that?
Do you think big government is like spying on you, looking at your Tinder messages and all these pictures and stuff?
Dylan's Tinder messages,
yours, dude. No, yours.
Absolutely.
In your camera roll. You talked about it. You said,
no, Will.
Hey, the spotlight needs to be on them. Not
if they want to, they could.
Ed Snowden proved that they absolutely can, but are they? No, but I would imagine they have a series, like an amalgam of certain fucking keywords that make them fucking check in on you.
Right. If I was to talk about a certain, if I was
telling you right now that anything public, they'll find it.
Yeah, exactly.
It's out there, they're gonna find it. If you
and especially if you're someone that gives them a reason to, like, if I was to, I think of like Chris Biesterfield. If you guys remember him, he was in the chat. Now he has his own thing, and the entire premise of his show is conspiracy theories. If you want to get your fix of conspiracy,
or just take the money off.
Go check out Chris Biesterfield's podcast.
Chris is great.
It's fun to watch. He's a really good host, right?
He's a good guy.
The government's probably already tuned into that a little bit because he's trying to say he goes way further than anything.
Oh yeah, he thinks the Earth is flat.
100%. He goes so far with things. Is the government listening? Probably.
Yeah.
If they aren't yet, they will be soon. Because that's what the government, they'll find anybody that is going against the grain. Saying
if the world is flat, is it like a Zin-shaped container? Is that's what the common idea is, right?
It's kind of like a disc.
Like an empty like this, right? Because there's the wall.
Yeah, then you got the ice wall. Yeah, there you go. It's like that.
And isn't north here? North would be the center.
This is in the middle.
That's the theory.
Speaking of that, how did How did the
I think the
flat
Earth is
earther
flat.
explain the airplane thing where someone said, "Hey, if you how can you, Pat? You're like not in the screen anymore, by the way."
Oh, sorry.
There you go. You leave one place, you end up in that place if you fly long enough, right? And the flat earther was like, "Well, no." And can anyone make sense of the logic? Like, if you take off from LA, if you fly long enough, you end up back in LA, and that doesn't happen on a flat.
He's
Earth?
just saying you're going in a complete circle versus around a globe.
Okay.
Does that make
So
sense?
you're
Like
just
around a
you're
ball,
just
you're not
traveling the perimeter.
circumnavigating anything. You're just flying in a circle.
Huh.
So I guess in both senses you are flying in a circle, but one is around a ball and one is just in the air on a 2D surface sort of deal. And I do think the Earth is
Wouldn't you
flat.
feel that,
Stop
though?
at flat, because I think where the fucking mine's just from a biblical belief and how it's described in the Bible. But beyond that, there's no ice wall. There's no fucking any other topography about it.
Explain how the Bible says anything about the shape of the earth it doesn't. I've looked this up. There is no anywhere where it talks about the shape of the earth, whether it is circle, flat.
That's my point. That's my point. Is that like it's not where I think when you start, because I think the main argument is like from my perspective is that like so many people, rightly so, think it's fucking ridiculous. Like, of course it's a globe, right? But to me, I'm like, I don't know. Like, that's what we've been told, And there's a great video on it. Vsauce does it. If you don't know who Vsauce is, he's just like this kind of like cool scientist, how things work guy, And he does this. Yeah, probably funded by him. But he does this tinfoil hat is the earth flat deal. It's like a 10-minute long video. And it's great because he'll take every flat earth argument and contest it against the science that the earth is a globe. But he leaves it like very arbitrary and is like, but he's advocating like, hey, dude, like you're just a little confused on the math, but it's a fucking globe. But the way he presents it is like, basically that there's equations that prove that that it's a globe, but you can take those same exact equations, plug in the same exact numbers, except for one variable, and it's the distance of the sun. And you change the distance of the sun, and it all works the same. You can prove that it's flat if you change the distance of the sun and the size of the sun. So 2 variables. So basically, he's just showing you that math can work in multitudes of ways where this same equation with a variable or 2 changed, now it's different. And so to me, I just look at that stuff and with my faith, I just go like, okay, Bible says we're covered by a firmament, and I've been told through just a general educational system that it's a globe and that there are mathematical practices to show and prove this. Mm-hmm. And I get that, but I've just been told where this math comes from. Like I don't know that the math that's being used is like, I think it could be used in any way, basically. Yeah. I wish I had better articulation.
No, I get it. I get it. That makes sense. I want to read this real quick because this is what I was going to say to the argument about the circle. Your mom says that also doesn't make sense. And this is exactly where my head went. If you're flying in a circle, you would be turning right or left to get back to the original point. So like almost the entire flight, you got some gangsta tilt to the airplane. And that clearly isn't how we fly. That clearly isn't how we fly. So
what about
that logic doesn't make any sense.
Argument of like the tilt of the nose when you ascend and then you fly flat the entire flight. You never are in a nosedive because every mile you should descend 8 inches, right? That should curve 8 inches downward. And so in theory, you'd have a subtle fucking dip your entire flight.
I know what you're saying, Dylan.
A subtle dip is a lot harder to detect.
I think gravity,
than going in a circle.
That's where people will just say gravity maintains your elevation.
Sure.
If you're not going up or down, it's going to maintain that same.
Wouldn't you run if it's a ball though? And wouldn't you run out of surface area up there, and you would just fucking shoot out into space?
No, because gravity keeps you in the same spot. It's always going to be pulling on you. So you're either using the energy to stay up, or you're using the energy to go back down. And if you're not using any,
minus 9.8 meters per second squared. That's gravity.
That's the measurement of
And
the
then your
rate
ass is
in which
flat.
gravity is pulled, but it's not
Correct.
gravity.
Don't laugh at him, you're wrong.
That's how
and that makes sense.
That's how we objectively define what gravity is.
I
No,
trust
that's how
Katy
we
Perry.
objectively
She went
define
up
the
and said it was
acceleration
round.
of gravity, not
You trust
gravity.
Katy Perry, Pat?
No, I like her boobs. That's about it. She's
Hey.
crazy other than that. But what about like all the astronauts that have gone up? I mean, unless you don't believe that astronauts have actually gone up, they've
I don't.
all. Okay.
The only thing I don't believe is that they've landed on the moon. Do I believe that they've gone around it, maybe, or they've been out of the atmosphere and in space? I do believe that, and not because I want to believe that, but I don't know. I can't find an argument against it. I can't be like, well, I don't know.
My theory, I'll put it as simply as possible, is that like I think this whole big thing is ran by God, and there's the opposite force, which is evil and demons. And I know people check out as soon as you talk about that, but that's basically where I go to. The ultimate thing is like the inception of NASA, and what they wanted to create was a distraction for you to look up past the stars and not at heaven, right? Like that you want to look into space and as far as it can go, and like how far out there, what is out there, when in reality it's just heaven right above you, and it's God and the goodness of Jesus Christ, your Lord and Savior. That's what I believe. And I think that everything that is designed to be a distraction from that is somewhat of a play on the evil side of, demonic entities fighting a spiritual war that we can't see because we're just fucking humans, but they're wanting our attention to be gazed at everything other than but God, right? So that would be my take on it. I don't have a good scientific fucking anything. I'm not smart enough to evaluate a lot of this shit, but I just go faith-based. And a lot of things that stir up like questions in my mind, things that don't make sense, like at the inception of NASA and who created it and what they do and where their funding is, that does give me a lot of confirmation bias. I will say.
I think it's a lot easier. This is what I tell people. Like when it comes to all the questions and stuff, if you could put your faith in the fact that there is a God, that I know it gets all weird and convoluted because then it's like, oh, I got to be perfect and I can't say or do this, but like it settles a lot of the questions. It just settles a lot of, because you just find peace in it. You're like, dude, it's all good. Like to Dylan's point, there's a plan. It doesn't make sense to me half the time, but it's all good. All I got to do is have faith in it and do my part through it and just be good and do, you know what I mean? It's going to be cool. I think human nature though bucks against that because we want to discover everything and we want to, you know what I mean? We want to be God. And it's just like we get in trouble when we do that. There's a submission that comes with faith. And that's probably the hardest part of it is just submitting to something bigger. And that stuff is hard. But Dan, I wanted to give you some credit. You said gravity is just a made up concept and a word. You can easily jump off a building. I hope you're being facetious. I hope you're being, that's all I'm going to say.
He's thinking fun of
Let's end with that.
Don't give it a try, buddy.
Yeah, please don't do that. Byrne Williams, the Bible is not a literal scientific document. Firmament, etc., is the best description by inspired authors according to their level of understanding. It's about understanding truths, not facts. Ooh, boy,
What would
that's
be the
deep.
difference between truth and fact?
I don't know, but Burn is fucking deep tonight.
Seriously, dude. Dang.
I think we should all ponder it and just come back to this next week.
Yeah,
Well,
I gotta go.
Let's eat dinner.
I can hear my wife fucking screaming at me.
Have you guys
upstairs.
all eaten dinner?
No, I have not
No.
eaten.
I like sit and I just like, as it goes, like I'm good the first hour. And then half hour, I get feisty. And then past an hour and a half, I'm just like,
Oh, we could
I
tell.
don't-
You could tell you
me
checked
anything.
out. The
well,
comments
you
could
guys
tell
start
you
talking
checked
about
out
the
too.
moon landing and shit. I don't care.
It's
Like Dylan
it's
said,
7:39, and my daughter wants me to take her to the gym right now. Fuck.
Let's go. Good job, little Pat, little Land.
You can't say no to that, right? You
No.
gotta
Not
love the
really.
fucking heart.
That's why you gotta have a home gym, dude. That's
I have a home
huge.
gym. She still wants to go to the gym. She wants to go to the gym.
You just need a
someone there?
skateboard and a leash.
We got a gym at
Just
home. We got a gym at home.
let her tow you
Oh,
around.
man.
for a while.
You guys are nerds. All right. Hey, again, wrapping it up. Vindicate. Get your gear. Just
You
go do
don't
it.
wrap it
Okay.
up.
Scan the barcode.
Fuck another
what'd you say?
15 minutes.
Scan the code there, and just get it. Get some Vindicate gear. Get some Paper Street Coffee. They support us. Let's support them. And you're gonna like what you get. You know what I'm
And
saying? This
follow
isn't
us
just
on
like a
at
plug.
the Glinton Things podcast on Instagram. That
Follow
helps
yes,
a
we're
ton.
almost to 1,000. We're almost to 1,000.
Subscribe to this, like, comment. Jeremy,
Anything
you
else,
can
Will?
continue.
And then Primal Mobility, GTP 27, fix your body. I stand by Primal Mobility, as I've got a little lazy doing it lately, but like I'm telling you, if you stick to it, it's going to fix you up. You're going to feel great. You're going to move like Pat when we watched him do one of those open workouts. Wasn't there a quarterfinal workouts or
I
whatever?
think so. Yeah.
Yeah, Pat's old as fuck, and because he takes care of himself, he can still do that stuff. So that's a plug for Primal Mobility. Dylan and I will be back next week because the one and only Conor McGregor is making
He's coming on the show.
He's coming on the show. He's making a grand comeback next Saturday against Max Holloway. So we're going to preview that fight in that amazing card. I don't know what the girls had planned this week, but I'm sure we'll jump into something. Subscribe, become a member, support this channel, support these ladies. And then you can be in members only streams, and those are always fun. And other than that, man, anyone got anything else?
That's it.
I think
Thanks
we
for
covered
coming
it
on,
all.
guys.
Let's
Thanks for
go.
coming.
Hey, chat, thanks for being here. We appreciate you guys.
Yeah.
And we will see you.
Okay. Awesome.